I've been working 9 to 5, fuck that, 8 to 5, 5 days a week, how the fuck am I alive? We used to drink 5 Alive in the summertime. We used to go to Bubba's pool to learn how to dive. Now all I do
out here in Ontario, man. And
Is that a new sweater?
Yeah.
Suffering.
Rapcast sweater. You know, there's a, if you type in Rapcast, it's a Raptors
Hey,
pod. We're gonna change that.
If you're watching this, other person who has the Rapcast name, fuck you.
We came up with the idea first,
Yeah.
kind of. So think about that for a second.
$50,000 for the name.
Damn, is that from our budget or is that from your wallet or?
It is
Bitcoin.
now.
Ah, okay, all right, that's fair. We'll
Put
throw
it
you an
all
NFT.
into-
You're
yeah,
fucking with it.
Yeah, this Rapcast is now an NFT. We're just announcing it.
Yeah.
We should sell shares in the Rapcast.
We should. We should definitely just
enough,
turn
I
this
think we
into
have
a money
enough
laundering
subscribers,
scheme.
right?
Yeah, 60 is a pretty healthy number now.
A few new subscribers. Hey, what's up, Jake?
Nice.
Probably,
He's gonna love that. Whoever Jake is. Also, we might be on Spotify now, so link in the description below if you want to listen on Spotify. I don't know if it will be set up or not, so I might just have to cut this whole thing.
Yeah, continue pushing that anti-vax.
Yeah, we decided to
that's
hop
true.
on board.
That's yeah. Fuck Neil Young. Fuck no.
No.
Yeah, I mean, there's a
Neil.
gap in the industry now.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we'll definitely take up, like, people who are starving for Neil Young are going to be like, yes, this is what we need.
Yeah.
God bless Neil. God bless Joni.
Timing a little bit off, but it's something that we've been wanting to do for a while. Just kind of expand a little bit, get more ears on the pod. I'm open to Apple Music as well and other kind of SoundCloud even or some shit like that. But it's just a little bit different with those. I don't have as easy of an access to that to an extent. I don't pay for Spotify Premium, so I can still say fuck them.
We should be on Hulu.
That's an idea.
First podcast on Hulu.
You head that project.
Okay.
I'll leave that to you.
Sending us some emails right now.
Also, in the description, check out our new Instagram, Twitter pages. I think it's SuperFinger Inc. INC is the handle for both of those. I don't think we don't have any posts yet. We might by the time this is up. But go check us out, follow us there, so you don't have to follow our personals anymore.
Yeah, so we can
that's
stop,
creepy.
Yeah, we can stop annoying our friends,
and we can disassociate our personal lives from the podcast and keep them in two worlds, as they should be.
Yeah, because this everything
personal
is
branding
becoming Black Mirror, so our personal lives and our professional lives are becoming.
I can't have my second family knowing about my podcast, especially if we pop off. Then I'm gonna have to pay way more in child support.
You're in trouble. Yeah, there you go.
I got all these things to worry about.
Yeah. Oh, we should move the laptop so it's not in front of the ting.
In front of the vinyl of the day.
Yes, sir. You can just put it beside you on the couch. Huh?
So yeah, the vinyl of this fine week of 2022 is Earl of the Sweatshirt. Oh.
Boom.
Key.
I still gotta get that fucking... Yo, don't start saying P, bro. I'm not...
No, I said key.
Oh, okay. If you're saying P, then...
It's all over.
I don't know where to go with this.
Let's just dispense with that topic right now. I heard the Pushin' P song for the first time today. I don't like it.
I don't even know what that is.
I don't like
It's a
Gunna.
Gunna song. Yeah, I don't like Gunna.
I don't like people saying that things are P or that they...
Yeah.
Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing?
Yeah.
Is it... Are you?
I think
is
it's
it saying
pushing...
something's pussy or...
No, I think it's pushing positivity, I think is what it is. So whenever you say, like, oh, that's P, that's positive. Like, I don't even think that makes sense. Maybe I'm fucking wrong. I don't know. Because I Googled it, because I'm like, what the fuck is this P shit going on around here? And
I
that's
thought it
what
was
said,
like
but...
negative thing, like...
No, that's P. Maybe. Let us know in the comments. Yeah. I better not see a bunch of fucking just P's spammed.
I don't care.
Poop and pee. Now that's what I'm all about.
Yeah, that's the good old jokes that I'm used to.
High five.
Yeah.
I got like fucking toilet paper on my hand.
Yeah, definitely didn't wash your hands.
Speaking of shit, our boy Earl just dropped.
Oh, come on, bro.
No.
Before we get into that album, we'll do kind of what we did with Big Sean, Mac Miller, I think those were other 2 episodes. It kind of went. I mean, Tyler went into kind of the retrospective into their past albums, kind of go through their career or kind of our experiences with them. So how about you guys?
When did you get into Earl Sweatshirt?
It was before Tyler for me.
Really?
It was like one of the first summers I got into hip hop, like 2013, and maybe 2012. It must have been 2013 because I think Doris is out at that point. I think that album came out in 2013. And I listened to the song Chum. I think was the first song I heard because I would just go like late at night, like every day. I would just go and search up new hip hop shit because I was so new to the genre. And I stumbled upon Earl, and as soon as I heard him, I'm like, okay, he's different. And then from there, yeah, I've been a fan ever since. That's my intro.
I mean, Earl's always been a fucking cut above the competition, and you know, you hear one song and you're like, okay, well, this is something I have to pay attention to from now on. I don't know which was the first one for me. I think it's the video. It might have been Chum. The one where the videos he's in like his boxers and he's like...
That was Whoa.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's the one that I got into first.
Yeah.
Because I remember, originally getting into Tyler and hearing the Golf or Wolf.
Yeah. Second time you made that mistake on the pod.
Shit.
It's one letter off.
Wolf
I'll let
Gang,
it slip.
Golf Wang.
Yeah, I'll let it slip. It's
yeah, I saw some Tyler videos and then I noticed he was on some of the songs, and yeah, I think Whoa. That's the funny punchline Earl Sweatshirt from 2013 era.
Even earlier than that, like 2010, like on his Earl, on the first Earl mixtape, that was his kind of thing of just, he was still technically a good rapper, but it was all about kind of just ridiculous bars and like punchlines and just like checking off to buffering vids of Ash Roth eating applesauce. Like, man, what kind of brain comes up with that shit? I'm not sure. And Josh, I don't think you told me yesterday you never listened to that first Earl tape.
I never did. No, I got into him from Doris onwards. He was the first rapper that I really gravitated towards, and he's still probably my favorite rapper in terms of like being a wordsmith wise. Like, he's still my favorite rapper. I got into him. He was you would always play rap in the basement while playing video games or something, and I would walk by and like didn't mind it. It's like, oh, this song's pretty good or whatever. But then I think it was either Chum or Whoa that came on, and that kind of stopped me in my tracks and say, okay, hold on, this guy's different. There's something about him that I really like. And so I asked you about it, and you said it was Earl Sweatshirt. So I borrowed Chum from you, the CD.
Or Doris, you mean?
Sorry, yeah, Doris. Yeah. I borrowed that and listened to it, and
I remember that.
And it was originally, the first things that grabbed me were Chum, Sasquatch, and Whoa. 2 of them had Tyler on it, and I originally had just those 3 songs because I was still new to rap. I didn't really get it, and then once I got more into rap, I went back and listened to it again after maybe a year or so, and then I'm like, oh, okay, I skipped over. I did not appreciate a lot of these songs, so now I have almost the whole album on my phone now.
I remember being a little bit disappointed with Doris.
Me too. I was gonna say,
there's only a handful of songs that I took out of it, but I found that it was a little bit all over the place, or not really about anything, or I don't know. Just there's certain songs.
But after a while,
there are some skips.
But after a while, whenever I go back to it, I'm like, oh no, this is a good project. This is still really good. Also, it's not my favorite of Earl's, but it's still better than a lot of other people's.
Yeah, even his not as good Earl is still a cut above everybody else. And also, I will defend the 3-track run. There's a 3-track run of Hive, Chum, and Sasquatch back to back to back, and that is a fantastic 3-song run, because Hive is still one of my favorite Earl songs in terms of
standouts.
In terms of just
got me into Vince as well, I think.
Sheer wordplay and stanzas and inner rhyming and shit is fucking crazy.
And the music videos of Doris as well, it's all just dark and at night, and it was super moody.
The video for Hive is still one of my favorites.
I really like those videos and that kind of era of Earl, even though I'm glad he's kind of outgrown the
for sure
Odd Future stank. Do you in retrospect enjoy Doris? You listened to it recently, right?
Yeah, I went back through it. This was one of those albums that was from the 2013 era, which was like there was a lot of great albums that year, and this one was the CD was I had the CD, and it was in rotation with that one and like watching movies with the sound off by Mac Miller.
That's a good pairing of albums.
I find that when you revisit it, it's just not really about that much in specific. Like it's just not it's not as good as the other Earl Sweatshirt albums, in my opinion.
Which to me is a good thing.
Is it your least favorite Earl album, or would that go to Feet of Clay or Earl? Because that's kind of what a lot of people would probably think is the bottom three. I feel like Feet of Clay
and Earl are both like EPs in a way.
Yeah, but like in terms of overall projects, like,
okay.
Because I think there's at least like 9 or 10 songs on each of those. Like, sure, they're short, but I mean, Sick also only has 10 songs. It's like 20 minutes long. So do you consider that an EP? Right? I mean, that's a whole other conversation. Yeah. But because to me, I listened to Earl, the first mixtape, for the first time in probably like 3 or 4 years, like in a while, like from front to back. And yeah, there were moments that I liked, and he has bars and it's funny, and I do have a little bit of soft spot for that old Odd Future sound, and I think it's better than Tyler's early stuff with Bastard and Goblin, because it's not as like just for shock, and there is something about getting Vince Staples to talk about rape for a whole song. No. that one's still
that song's crazy.
It's nutty.
Man, the cover for the Earl mixtape, where it's like the woman's face and it's all fucked up.
Yeah.
So in one of my old phones.
Oh yeah.
Somehow that became the photo for every single song.
Yeah, that's kind of gross.
I saw it way too much.
Yeah.
I'm trying to go back and to think my own history of being a fan of Earl. And yeah, I don't think he didn't really speak to me as much until I Don't Like Shit, I Don't Go Outside in 2015 era. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But yeah, upon going back and listening to Earl, the original Earl, like the song he has with Tyler on that album, I can't remember.
There's a few. There's Couch, I think. Orange Juice might be on that one.
The songs they're comedy songs, so it's like they're just kind of random and fun and stupid.
It also isn't really about anything.
It's not really like that. And it was made by someone who he was like
16, 17.
Yeah, so it's like. But yeah, I find you can't really listen to a lot of it anymore, just because liberal use of the.
Earl's haunting us, bro, with this shit. Here, let me go turn off that.
Oh shit. But I'm just saying, he says the F word slur a lot.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. With Tyler, it's like, well, he's bi now. So, like, that's, you hear of people making the gay jokes and stuff, like, way too much. You're like, okay, well, what's going on? And then they turn out to be gay, or bi in Tyler's case. But Earl was just kind of, just saying it,
This was like...
It was a different
early
time.
internet era where... This is like our version
20,
of
10,
it was a different time. This is our generation's version of It was the 80s. Mm-hmm.
Also, look about around the people he was hanging out with. Like he was saying, he was hanging out with Tyler. He said like looking for an older brother. Tyler was that.
Yeah, like it's a very Tyler sounding album, and I'm pretty sure Tyler produced like all of it and shit. Like, and Tyler's all over the thing, right?
Yeah.
And he's on Doris and shit as well. But yeah, it's just not that strong of a project, and I think Earl would probably agree, like, at this point, because he's progressed so much, and he's had so many better bodies of work come out since.
But the original song Earl,
it's still a moment, I have fond memories of it, but it's just, technically speaking, it's not that great.
And yeah, I mean, he describes rape a lot, and
it's the shock
homophobic
value.
And misogynistic kind of bars, which like they work as outdated comedy. It's like
or a shock value, but it's just once you've heard it once, back in when you're a teenager, you're like, oh, this is so fucking edgy, and you're into it. But now we're fucking mid-20s, like it don't really hit the same.
It's like how the comedy doesn't necessarily age well from like old Louis C.K. kind of stuff from that era, or like.
I did. I watched a Louis C.K. special the other day, like the one called Hilarious. I don't know what year it's from, but it's like one of the older ones. He looks younger. I think he was only like 40 or something.
Early 2010s era, I think.
It was pretty good though. I mean, I guess it was only like 10 or so years ago, but it was good.
No, but I just mean like you couldn't say those types of jokes.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. I thought you meant just in terms of quality, like it wasn't as good. But yeah, no, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, but like E-Par, the song with Vince Staples, yeah, it's crazy. Like when you listen to that. But the thing is with Vince's verse, like he says at the beginning, like I'm Rap's John Gacy.
Yeah,
it's like okay, so this is I'm doing a verse where I'm a serial killer, and but then
Earl just says it.
And then he says the phrase, "You know it's not rape if you like it." So it's like, yeah, that's a bit much to listen to.
Is the song "Ass Milk" on Earl, or is that on something else?
That on. I think that was on Bastard.
Oh, was it? Oh yeah,
right?
Yeah. Okay. Because I was just gonna say I wanted to do that song in high school. There was like a thing every Friday. A person would choose a song to play, and like everyone would react to it. And you'd have questions and the lyrics up or whatever.
Yeah.
I really wanted to do "Ass Milk" because I was a little edgy teenage boy. And I asked my teacher beforehand, and he's like, "Absolutely not." And I'm like, he's like, "What's the song called?" I'm like, "Ass Milk." He's like, "No." And I'm like, "Well, all right, fair." I did "Zealots of Stockholm" instead by Childish Gambino, which is a much better song. Right. Yeah, I'm in agreement with you. Yeah, I Don't Like Shit, I Don't Go Outside it's still probably, it's one of my favorite Earl projects still. It's top 3 easily. It's about something the whole way through. It has a mood. Me and Josh saw him live the one time, or for that concert, for that tour.
Doris has skips. To me, I Don't Like Shit does not. There's no skips on that.
Yeah,
album.
There's some songs that I favor over others.
It's more concise.
But yeah, like
it's so,
listening to it all the way through, it's an easy listen, but also a hard listen because of the subject matter.
Yeah, it's so like the way I describe it is like it's so claustrophobic. Like every song that goes by, it's like the walls are closing in more and more and more. You know, with every song, it's a journey that takes you deep into this like cave of just depression and depravity and shit. That I really respect because the way that the track list is really good, and just the way that it goes darker and darker and more narrow as it goes on. And I've listened to that album at least once a month since COVID happened because it's just too fitting, which is
down bad.
Which is very kind of alarming, I'm sure, to an outsider, but to me, like, that's just Earl is my favorite rapper, and like it's like. Yeah. And I just love his wordplay throughout the whole thing.
Yeah, and it's technically one of his better projects, rapping wise, bar wise. Talking about subject matter and shit.
Doris is like almost a better album for just the general hip hop fan because there's more
sounds.
Features.
It's more accessible.
A lot of great contributions on it.
But I will say, Vince Staples' verse on "Wool" is crazy off of "I Don't Like Shit."
Yeah,
that song goes crazy. Like, and that's the thing is that album is sad and depressing, but it also has like some moments that are kind of hype and like banger. Like when we saw him, like I did not expect to fucking dance around to DNA and Grown Ups and shit, but he made it hype. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a concert experience. It's different than what you're kind of how you're supposed to hear an album. But it's still some parts get me amped up, but also mainly it's
Grown Ups is a great like evil kind of song.
Yeah,
like.
For sure.
Remember when we went to see Earl that one time? We drove from the
Gravenhurst, which is and it was bad traffic there and back.
Yeah, when we went to go, I think Earl, wasn't Vince supposed to open for him and he didn't show?
I thought he was supposed to open for the original because I was supposed to see Earl in the previous school year with my buddy Mike Cavatassi. Shout out Mike, he's not listening, but shout him out. But like the night we were supposed to go see him, like he said he got sick or some shit, he couldn't go, and I think Vince Staples was supposed to open for him then. And then I think I just kind of assumed that Vince would open again.
Yeah.
The second time when he rescheduled, but he didn't. It was Remy Banks.
Yeah. And then there was some other rapper that opened for him, and then like I don't know what happened, but there was like a DJ set that was like went on for way too long.
Oh yeah.
And people were like getting really really antsy, but but as soon as Earl came out.
Yeah.
It's like he opened up the curtain. He was like, "Hey!" and everybody just lost their minds. It's like, "Oh, thank God you're here."
Yeah. But also, great. He played all of the songs on "I Don't Like Shit, I Don't Go Outside," in order, except for Wool, which I was kind of pissed about.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, bro, come on. Even just do your part on that one. And then he did, like, maybe Chum and Hive, and then that was it. So it was a kind of a short set for him. Then he just kind of danced around, like, for half an hour, him and his boys just kind of danced around listening to music and shit. And he did freestyle, I remember, a bunch as well. He went on different beats and unreleased songs. That's something I do respect about his live shows. Mm-hmm. But yeah.
I would say that that some rap songs show that all three of us went to go see was better. I would say, even though Phoenix was like a more intimate set, it was closer.
Yeah, some rap songs was a better show.
It was a better show, I think. It was more
not
fun.
as hype though.
No,
but a better experience overall.
I still don't think that I Don't Like Shit, I Don't Go Outside is my favorite Earl Sweatshirt project.
I can understand that, yeah.
Because it's too much of a bummer, I think.
To me, it still goes to some rap songs. That's my number one fave Earl project.
Well, one last thing on that album is that Grief is, I think, like probably one of the best Earl Sweatshirt songs that he ever did. Because it's like such a out there beat like that I've never heard anyone since then like rap on something that's that like mega slowed down.
Yeah. Chopped and screwed almost before even being chopped and screwed type of sound.
And that every single line of it is so like you just remember the whole thing. Like once someone says "good grief," I'm a reaper what a so, and the rest of it you pretty much remember it all.
Yeah, it was. I remember that when that video dropped, that was a moment.
The video was very everything was in
the whole inverted weird. It was one of my favorite videos. He has some underrated gameplay videos. Did y'all so in between? I Don't Like Shit and some rap songs. That was like 2015, I think. I Don't Like Shit, and then some rap songs like 2018. So it was a long kind of drought there, but he did release an EP that's just one song, 10 minutes long, called Solace, like a pink cover. I don't know I think I may have shown Josh at one point.
But I've heard it.
But that might be one of my favorite Earl. Just I don't know if it's a project or just songs or like a thing. That's one of my favorite Earl songs, I guess. Like. It has so many fucking moments that we should listen to it after because it's just fucking crazy. Like instrumentally, it's nuts, and lyrically, he's on his game, and it's just super. Like if I Don't Like Shit was depressing, like this is like devastating. Like it's fucking talking about his grandmama's hand starts to cry when you see him. It reminds me of seeing her type shit. Like he'd have a problem with eating. Like really honest and raw. And like oh man, like. I mean, that's what I like about rap, but also I was like, damn, are you okay, Earl? And then he just disappears for like 3 years. I'm like, shit, you know? But comes back in full form on some rap songs.
Yeah. No, like, real features or anything between that time, right?
Not that I know of, really. And that's when he's, like, because he has a few references to Odd Future on I Don't Like Shit, but pretty much then on, he's completely disassociated. Aside from maybe with Nakel Smith. That's, like, the one guy he's kind of still chill with.
Right.
It seems, from Odd Future days.
Fun fact: Nakel shows up in Sick.
Yeah, he's the ad-libs on the
ad-libs. We'll get to that later.
So, how would you describe the stylistic change from I Don't Like Shit, I Don't Go Outside to some rap songs?
Complete left turn, but like...
Because I would say that Doris is the last in this sort of more pure hip-hop style of an album.
Mm-hmm.
I Don't Like Shit, I Don't Go Outside is more... stepping into a different, I guess, like, less commercial sounding, less feature heavy, and more kind of
just
focused on his raw emotions.
Shit, yeah.
But then some rap songs is like musically has its a unique aesthetic to its own that project itself that he doesn't really.
Yeah. Which you can divide his career like into, like. Earl, Doris, I Don't Like Shit even being involved in that shit, and then some rap song, because the whole kind of slum sound that he's kind of taken on to and been a part of since that some rap songs. He's even on Sick, he's still in that slum sound, even if it's a little bit different.
Yeah, that really brought
noise,
that really brought slums to a wider audience. I'd never heard of slums before some rap songs, and that like I can respect him bringing that, and also just the fact that he's so vulnerable on that. He's really just pouring his heart out, and it's just
I mean, it's all about his dad dying.
Yeah, through just like a forest of just imagery and lyrics that
yeah,
are
probably
so
his most
incredibly dense.
Most lyrically dense album. And that's probably why it's one of my favorites. Because I'm still just catching bars today listening to that shit. Like,
but that's one of the things I'm trying to get to the bottom of is that like.
What do you think happened in between like that time?
No, but it's just describing the stylistic change about how it's the poetry. It's more like poetry set to these crazy instrumentals versus like a traditional hip hop album. You know what I mean?
Very like I don't blame anyone for not who was into Earl and just listened to this project and listen to some rap songs and really isn't really into him anymore because it's not very accessible. Like you have to be really have the right fucking ear or have the right mindset to vibe with this shit. And at first, some rap songs I was like, what the hell am I listening to? I don't know if I liked it or hated it. I had no idea. But obviously, as time went on, it's one of my favorite albums probably ever.
I find that also, and I don't like shit. It's more of him like stewing in his like dark world of you know, substance abuse and mental illness. Yeah. Whereas some rap songs is like him like dying and being rebirthed and like it's sort of more of a Shrooms Trip kind of an album,
right? Well, we were talking about a little bit
about this different sides of the emotion of going through all this grief and stuff, not just like the, you know,
surface level
darkness of it all, but like looking at the other side and growth and all this other kind of.
Because we were talking about when when 2010 dropped late last year, we did a little bit of a mini retrospective and kind of talked about his career up until that point. And I think you mentioned like how some rap songs super like depressing and dark album, and it is, but also like it has some hopefulness, and there's moments in that are like uplift, like bend we don't break type shit. Even bars like simple as that, like.
But it feels like beats, it feels like it's on the upswing of like a manic.
Oh yeah, it's definitely like he's low, but he's like on. It seems like he's on the way up in a way.
It's sure there's like kind of hopeful moments, but it's like. I don't know. I think you're still generally struck with like the.
He's still definitely stewing in
grief.
What you said.
And then you get Peanut, which is like incredibly dark. You know.
Yeah.
Like.
But then you get Riot, and it kind of ends on kind of like that instrumental of Riot is kind of a ends it off on a little bit of a lighter note, or maybe just more of a hopeful like maybe we'll be all right type of note.
That was a sample of a song called Riot. By his dad, by one of his dad's friends who he called to know.
Yeah,
who's a famous trumpet player.
Yeah,
for some rap songs, I think has more personal meaning to me. Because like I was really depressed when I listened to this for like
2018.
Thinking back to that era,
that was tough.
I was pretty miserable in my job and my school that I, like. And it really like certain lyrics really spoke to me. Tally up the wins though. Don't think he said he pro-violence, but it's gonna be your problem if he did though. That's a good one. The song Lucy, like we gathering in remembrance, galaxies a distance between us by Christmas. Like that's everything. That lyric is like having like a strained relationship with your family members to a T.
Yeah.
And like that was like a musical moment where he fucking reached through the thing and grabbed me. Like no homo.
Some. No.
But like it's harder for your average person to be into some rap songs, but I think it's really like
if you get into it, it's like you're into it.
It is at this point of some rap songs, you can fuck with him like in terms of like standard hip hop or whatever. That's understandable if you don't, but you cannot deny that he is one of the best wordsmiths in the game.
Yeah,
like that is literally objective fact at this point.
Yeah, 100%.
But you can debate if his flows are appealing to
Yeah, you can debate that, but you just can't deny like his wordplay and his way that his brain works with words is just impossible to dissect.
And we've tried to make Earl type songs, us, three of us, and we just can't do it. Like it's just
his brain is on another level.
We can't. Well, we've tried our hardest, and we can't get to that.
I'm
level
not a poet.
Yeah, no, exactly. We're not that.
I'm a goof.
Shit. Yeah. That's a bar.
Actually,
that's a bar.
No,
though.
I'm
a
good.
goof.
No, I'm a poet. I can do real poetry
in your own way. Then 2019 we got Feet of Clay, which I kind of feel like it's more of just like almost a deluxe almost to some rap songs. Like it's a very similar kind of feel, but it's a little bit more all over the place. It doesn't flow as well. The moments aren't as strong. I think all of it's produced by Earl, I'm pretty sure. Most of it's produced by Earl, so I think it was just him trying to really try his hand at the slums kind of sound and do it all for himself almost. And you got features from, Mac Homie and who else is on that shit? Was Mike on there?
Liv?
I don't know who Liv is.
Yeah, I don't know, it's a little bit too... It's too out there.
But I'm not entirely sure why, though, because some rap songs is out there. And it's just kind of more of the same, but it's just not as good, and I can't really articulate why. Like, it's just not as polished, it's not as cohesive. I think that's my main... It just doesn't flow as well as an album. But, like, there's still great moments on Feet of Clay, but it's just not as strong.
Some rap songs is a full album.
It takes you on a journey.
Yeah.
Whereas
there's a couple songs on some rap songs that are a little bit annoying.
The one song off of some rap songs that I don't really like is Red Water. It's like Papa Call Me Chief, gotta keep it brief.
Yeah, it's because it's just a little bit repetitive,
it's
but
too
I think it's
repetitive
still necessary for the album. I don't think there's a single skip. If we're talking about skips, I don't think there's a single skip. If you're listening to, maybe if I'm on shuffle, I don't want to listen to one of these songs, sure, but like as an album, I listen to it all the way through. Like,
yeah, it's one of those things that you have to listen to all the way through as an album. It begs to be listened to that way.
Anyway, this all leads up to 2022's Sick. Let's get into the album.
Yep.
First big release of the year.
Yeah. Coming in through January. Probably perfect time to
We're all getting our books out. Yeah. You guys went paper.
Yeah. But you're usually a paper guy. So,
I got my notes app open.
All right, so we going track by track, I guess? Or anyone want to start off with any thoughts? Any bars? We're going to kind of go through some bars and stuff that we want to talk about, and then overall just kind of thoughts on the songs. 10 songs, short album. I don't think we'll be talking about it for too long, but you know us if you listen to this shit. So, Josh, you want to take it away?
Right off the bat, Old Friend, no beat, no actual drums. It's just that like the instrumental is like
just a sample.
Just a sample or something.
Well, that's not new for Earl, is it though? Because some rap songs doesn't have drums on some of the songs. I feel.
I don't know. I think
maybe Feet of Clay.
Some of the. I think it was Feet of Clay. I don't think. I think all the songs off of some rap songs did have drums, even if they were subdued a little bit. But right off the bat,
it's not a strange sound, idea for a slum song. Cause a lot of the slum shit and the Griselda stuff, it doesn't have drums. Like a lot of the sample, because an Alchemist beat too. Yeah. So Alchemist, a lot of his stuff,
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like starting off an album or rap album like that is kind of a brave move, which I respect.
Yeah, and he just starts rapping right off the bat.
Yeah, like really no pussyfooting around.
He really gets into he pretty much sums up the entire COVID thing.
Yeah, a lot of pandemic references.
Strong spirit, where the body couldn't get asylum, the cost of living high. Don't cross the picket line and get the virus. Wildcats got him in a bind. Stay inside. He's talking about not only the virus but also the fact that you don't
really have the luxury to stay inside.
Yeah, the powers that be are putting us are kind of being pulled apart by horses, really, where if you stay inside, then you get no money and you're going to starve. If you go outside, then you run the risk of getting the virus, which makes you have to stay inside so you can't get more money, except now you have the virus. It's just completely... We're completely gridlocked now.
So, expert lyricism here, because you see how he sets up a lot of the themes of the album. He stated that this album is was all written and performed and put together during COVID-19 and the lockdown. So I think a big theme in the album is persevering through it all.
Similar to some rap songs, I think this album also kind of stews in depression to an extent and deals with it, and obviously, but it also, I think even to a more extent, is more of a hopeful album than it's kind of more of a positive Earl project, and as positive as he can get, it seems.
It's not that hard to be more positive than some rap songs. But it definitely is. Also, that one bar,
played the shade quite a deal. Glad we stay friends at the end. That's how he ends it. Like, man, I can relate to that so much. Like, played the shade, like, kind of like ghosting, you know, like not getting in contact with people, but glad you stay friends. I'm a really, really bad texter. It takes me like an hour to reply sometimes. So, and
Don't I know it?
Yeah, and I'm very grateful to you guys and to all my other friends who stay with me despite, you know, me being very bad at texting.
Yeah.
And all your friends are watching this right now.
Yeah, exactly.
They're actually here. They're actually here.
I'm going to make them all watch this.
Guys, want to come on in?
Oh my god. All 5 of you.
I like the bar's Fever in the Cabin, kind of a play on that. Cabin Fever. Mad Hatter's capping every line.
Yeah,
I like that. Similar to the Pandemic bar, looking for feasible methods to free yourself, kind of just talking about, like, just needing something in these times to fucking feel alive and
That's
shit.
That's another big theme of the album is, like, excuse me, seeking for a way of coping with all this stress, and his, like, lifelong battle with substances, but mainly just weed and alcohol.
Yeah. He talked about, like, Xanax and lean and shit, I feel, on, like, I Don't Like Shit, like, back in the day. Like, I think he was on more shit, but now he's kind of settled down, it seems, to an extent.
But now it's, and he talks about it more on the album of, like, trying to, you dropped that pencil.
Oh, that's fucking long gone, bro. Alright, whatever.
He talks about it on the album, like, he's still smoking and drinking every now and again, but, like, just trying to keep it under control and not do it for the wrong reasons. Like, because he's trying to...
He's also got a kid now.
Yeah. Which we'll get into.
I didn't know about that.
That was, like, shocking to me. It's like, wow. But then again, it's none of my business, really. It's none of our business.
The Glad We Stayed Friends thing is also kind of a reference to how Odd Future broke up sort of unceremoniously.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, there's a whole other stanza here that is about that. Couple stains that I couldn't shield. My brother Brain that we couldn't shield. Left Brain was the producer.
Yeah.
Odd Future. Couple came, couple went still, and what remains of the wolves nil. Wolves, Wolfgang. I feel like that's a direct. And how they're kind of, there's none left. And he mentioned in a there's kind of references that I have written down to Odd Future throughout the album to an extent. And because I read an interview saying like how him and Tyler like aren't completely not in contact with each other, but they're like not really in contact with each other as much anymore. Like,
I think that's just because they're in different worlds at this point.
Yeah, which is fair, right? I mean, you still see Tyler posting whenever an Odd Future member releases something, he still puts it on his story or whatever, and, you know, which is commendable. But they're not. It doesn't seem like a lot of them are really that tight anymore, which is obviously unfortunate. But you know, it's definitely for the better, I feel.
So yeah, opens off the album pretty strong. Second song is 2010.
We've kind of talked about it. Super psychedelic beat.
Yeah.
A little bit more of a, not traditional beat. Like, it's a crazy beat, but it's, like, more accessible. Like, some of these songs, I think it's his most accessible album since I Don't Like Shit. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing either. Like, he's not dumbing it down in any way. Like, he's still super dense, and there's still a lot for this album. There's a lot of substance.
Yeah. He's remaining,
but a lot of the beats and some of the flows and stuff are a little bit more easier on the ear than some of the other shit.
I think with the whole 2010 concept, it's kind of like a lot of this album is him, now that there's enough distance between him and his past life, he can talk about it a little bit more frankly without
wallowing in the shit.
Yeah, because he's kind of over this shit, but people still kind of want to know like what happened with you and Odd Future and
Tyler's still tight, you know. That's gonna be a thing, I think.
And he kind of wants to be free from that, but at the same time he has to
acknowledge it to an extent, right?
It is his life. The line of I'm gonna need a bigger bag for the cohort, trying to make a millionaire out of slumdogs.
Yeah.
Sort of a mission statement for his career going forward.
He's hungry. It seems like he's hungry again. He's trying to...
But it's also not just about him trying to establish his career, but to establish a whole scene around him that can
that's why, I didn't get that the first time. Trying to make a millionaire out the slum dogs, like slums. He says it in the fucking
so he's
thing,
talking
like,
about
his dogs in the slum. Like, he's trying to help elevate that scene. Like you were saying. Yeah.
And it's a reference to that movie, Slumdog Millionaire.
Yo, I just got that right now. No, I'm more intellectual than that.
Josh, you got any good bars from that song you wanted to mention?
We got a fire to rekindle, redirect the fight where it's meant for, triumph over plight and immense loss. Crazy.
That's another him acknowledging and the depression and kind of like the grief and his father dying and stuff, but saying like he's trying to rekindle that fire. He's trying to get back into the shit,
and also
trying to better himself.
Ride alone at night, I get clear thoughts. Like riding alone at night is the best place to listen to this song in particular, because it is that vibe of just like riding alone at night with the shit in your headlights and all that. Like that is
you
the
don't
vibe.
drive though.
I know, but I'm saying still like
riding a horse, right?
Yeah. Also, I'm riding. I'm not driving. I'm riding.
Yeah, but you can't be alone though. Someone's gotta be with you.
Shit, you right.
Poking holes in your theories.
Look, I ride a bike. Okay,
that's true. That's true. Riding a bike
at night. Shit, at night, that should be a vibe.
I got one here. Was really out in Philly, living life on the fly, trying to wing it. Philadelphia Flyers reference right there, baby. Think about it.
What?
Really out in Philly, living life on the fly, trying to wing it.
Oh. Wow.
Even though they're having a terrible year.
Hockey reference.
But yeah, had to point that one out.
Yeah.
I like the whole at the end as well. Walked outside, it was still gorgeous. Like he's finally kind of coming outside, and it's still like he still has time. He still like has that.
He's finally outside after he's finally liking shit. He's finally going outside.
Yeah, that's what it seems like. Some parts on here for
also,
sure.
Also, the double meaning of the fire to rekindle is about personally, but also he's talking about the world and the state of things.
Mm-hmm. That's an overall theme that I think you can take a lot of the bars and subject matter in this, and a lot of it can be a double meaning because it can be about the pandemic and all that shit, like in the same kind of ways.
And there's also like a sort of I get a sort of like a medieval type feeling from that. We got a fire to rekindle, and he even says earlier, it's like left the crib smacked, no sheath on the sword, and like
he has a lot of like sword and shield like references on this tape.
Yeah, there's something medieval about that, which it makes sense because in the medieval times you get like the plagues and shit as well, so it makes sense to harken back to that time too.
Yeah. Okay, track number 3, Sick.
Mm-hmm.
This one, like, musically, I didn't really fuck with it as much.
The beat,
the bars are still worth talking about.
I think
but it's a little bit more of the druggy, mumbly.
He
kind
sounds
of flow.
sick. He does sound sick.
He sounds like that's the thing. I first am like, is he high? Is he sleepy? But then I realized
it's lo-fi music. That's what it is.
It's like I realized he's sick. That's like he's playing into.
I love the fucking like dirty and like grungy like fucking beat and the sound to it all though.
The beat goes crazy.
Yeah,
it took me a while
to
get into it, but
because it's a banger kind of, but also not. But it's like it's and there's a few songs kind of similar to this that are like Earl kind of on like harder beats than we've heard in the past little while, but it's still kind of the same Earl that we've been used to for the past few years. He's got bars on here. Something's got to give. Spin another web.
Yeah, the first one is a Spider-Man reference.
Mess with fist like I'm Spider-Man. I love that intro. Pleasure by the gram. Gas siphoning. Smoking my diaphragm. I love that. I love his delivery on that. Another reference to Odd Future. Quit the frat. Double back. I need a %. Blast and laugh. Karma faxed. That's a messy bitch. Can't go outside. Or can't go out sad. Can't go outside no more because y'all be sick. Another obviously reference to the pandemic.
Yeah, well, sort of bars about slipping up with like sobriety.
Yeah.
Like sick being, because I had this disease that I'm suffering from. Yeah, I think the quit the frat line is kind of interesting because that's another sort of reference to the more kind of bro-y clique that he was rolling with earlier in his life. But
he has references to how he's like crew switched up, but he's still like part of that shit. Like he's in a whole kind of new. I remember there was a bar somewhere about that shit on one of these songs. I don't remember which one, but like he kind of switched cliques. He still has a kind of a clique with some of these like slum guys. It feels at least that's kind of what I interpret it.
I feel like I kind of personally relate to Earl when it comes to that because like I had my friends in elementary school where I was a certain type of guy within that crew. Yeah. And then, like, in high school, over the course of the 4 years, I began crafting my own friend group.
Yeah.
Where I liked more who I was in that group. Like, because I wasn't
still clicked
the
up,
guy.
but,
Yeah.
So
I think that is a universal thing.
Yeah,
like
you
sort of like
find more who you are,
Yeah.
like through that act of shedding old friend groups and getting new friends and
Yeah.
stuff. Relatable AF.
there's that one thing at the end that the thing that really gripped me was the ending. Where
Yeah, the outro.
The guy named Fela Kuti, who is an African musician who was like a big revolutionary activist to the point where he even overthrew the governor of that area. I can't remember which one it was, and like held himself in his office for like days or
Crazy.
weeks. And he just talks. Just really am fascinated about his views on like music's place in revolution, especially in Africa at that time, and like where's music placed in terms of revolution? How do we use music to further a revolution? And I watched the whole. There's a thing on Genius that I watched that linked to the whole interview, not just that part, where he goes on to say that people suffer with smiles, and how like they are suffering but they keep smiling because it's a good thing to do. It's like, how are you blah, blah. But we use music to attack the ills of society. That's crazy because it really is. That's the kind of music that I fuck with, is the shit that brings all this dark shit to light, and so we can address that shit and use it as fuel to like fix all this.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing that really struck with me about that song to me the most is that outro. It's just really compelling to me to think about.
And the whole, how he starts off with the outro being like, so really art is what's happening at a particular time of people's development or underdevelopment. Like how it's also pointing to the fact that like, for Earl, this album is specifically about this pandemic. It makes sense most for this point in time. Like it's for this point in time. Kind of gives more reassurance to that kind of idea that he's trying to say on the album.
Music is a reflection at the end of the day. It's reflecting people's desires, people's current state of affairs, whether they be good or bad. It's just a reflection, really.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Earl's not corny about how he talks about this shit either.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's not like
talking down to you.
COVID-19. I was wearing masks way before COVID-19.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah,
but he's
very intellectual.
manages to address more universal kind of issues.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's move on to the next one. Vision.
Yeah. Vision.
Featuring Z-Loopers or Z-Loppers.
This is the one where I really fucked with the beat. Sort of a hypnotic,
Yeah, very
lush
like a
piano
trance
kind of shit.
And I like Z-Looper's like flow. I like his whole like what's happening.
Yeah.
I like his flow and the kind of drowsiness of it, but like lyrically he doesn't really stand with Earl to the same extent. Like, there isn't as much to dig into there.
That's what that was my
No,
takeaway.
but
he's serviceable and he's
foundation.
Yeah, and it makes sense for the song and what they're trying to talk about and stuff. But it's just it's
not Earl's
can't really
level.
compare the two. Yeah,
It's not Earl's level.
No, but I
It's a good
think
verse,
you got to have some like a normal level of talent guy on there just
That's
a good point.
contrast, just to show.
That's a good point.
But one thing that I like is how Earl brings in some of the lines that Z Looper says into his verse, like I had to rely on myself.
Yeah.
And then like he kind of brings certain lines back in. Z Loopers has a good bar about loneliness and like I'm still looking for someone to laugh with me.
Yeah.
Running the game like a tyrant. I like that bar.
Yeah.
What else?
Okay, what do you guys think about
Got
this?
clicked by myself.
Yeah,
that's another lyric.
Yeah,
about,
did some dirt with the click. Had to get clicked by myself, and also a reference to him wanting to take time to better himself instead of, just staying with Odd Future because it's the money's there or some shit like that. He had to kind of do it for his mental, it seems, as well. What do y'all think about this? Everything we in the midst of. How long you waiving the rent? Moratorium extendo. I'm just evading the pit. Ain't no parade in the tent. Fuck up my face with syringe. Fuck up my face with syringe. Is that is Earl anti-vax? Is that something that we're gonna have to?
No, it's a bar about. First of all, it's about trying to keep your head above the water as far as like being able to afford to live.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Moratorium on rent that they had for a while that eventually
They
got cut off, and
Yeah.
now it's just like you're fucked.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
just you.
Singular,
millions of
yeah,
people
the
are-
whole bar was singular current event, everything we're in the midst of. Like,
Yeah.
he's absolutely right. Everything is a point in history. Like,
Yeah.
everything...
But
it's
the
like
syringe
domino
thing is
effects
more
and,
about, I think, the opioid crisis and
Yeah.
But because
The
he's talking about,
looking
like, he's
for-
specifically talking about the pandemic and the previous bars, is it ridiculous to assume that he's...
it's more like
talking about the
looking for
vaccine here?
refuge from what's going on in a syringe.
Yeah, that's what I took from it, was the
And the drug crisis as a consequence of the
Or it could also
the
be
COVID
like
world that we're living in.
It could also be like a thing where he is vaccinated, but he doesn't like the fact that it's like a mandate necessary. Like, fuck out my face with like people, forcing people to get it or some shit like that. Like, that could be. Like, to me,
Yeah.
I see the opioid fucking reference, but to me also it could also be easily
That's
seen
what
as
that's what I
vaccine
took
reference.
from it.
It's not really a syringe though; it's a needle.
Yeah, that's what I took
I
from
suppose.
that's what I took from it at first, but then I kind of realized, wait, no, it wouldn't be. This is Earl. He wouldn't be that straightforward.
Yeah, actually, you know what? Fuck Earl Sweatshirt. We're canceling this anti-vax. Get out of
I just
here.
wanted to ask the question because I wasn't sure.
Yeah, I mean, I get
wanted
you,
to
I
see
get
what,
you.
Yeah,
see what
I
y'all
know
were
what you
thinking.
mean.
I get you.
That is
Because
one that I
first time I heard it, I'm like, interesting.
That's what I get. That's what I did too. But then eventually, I kind of thought about it more. It's like, oh, he's probably. I don't know. I don't think he would be that straightforward with it. I think he would.
Right.
If he was anti-vax, I feel like he would put more effort into it. I don't know.
Yeah, but I mean, there's also a whole history there of like, specifically with black people in America being
that's true.
Yeah,
being
we hold
literally
Steegi shit
given
and like
Yeah.
diseases.
If
by
there
the
was
government.
one-
it's,
yeah, if
it's-
there's
it-
one
it's
area where I
makes
feel like
sense.
you know what, I understand why you would be
Yeah.
Because he
sus about
further
this, it
goes
would
on
be-
to
yeah.
to say everything he say I missed it, can't believe you get paid for this shit,
Yeah.
whatever stock up the shelves, people thinking they figured it out, hit the lab, whip up a cell, they itching for it, I see it's been a drought, is also I think kind of similar to
There's a lot going on with those
Yeah.
lyrics where it's about our whole society.
yeah
About rap culture. To me, I see it as a rap culture. Like, I can't believe you get paid for this shit. Whatever, stock up the shelves. To me, like, that is about
Yeah.
the sort of state of rap culture right
oh, it's
now.
also like a pharmaceutical fucking thing as well, I feel like
Can't believe
there's
you get paid for the
it could be like a fucking Trump even bar, like everything
Yeah,
he
like,
said I
who's the
missed
he-
it, like
the
Dr.
he in
Fauci,
that?
Trump, like I don't
Yeah.
know who, like
Honestly,
at
that's
first
a good
like
debate
that's
to
what I
have.
thought I thought he was saying that shit.
There's a way of reading this where
But that's
Earl
the fun
Sweatshirt
thing.
is like
yeah.
Infowars.com.
That's the fun thing with Earlo is that there's so many different meanings and like
The next
triple,
big
double
collab
on
is Alex
genres.
Jones and Earl
Yeah.
Sweatshirt.
Crazy.
Let's see Alex Jones. spit
Alex
some
Jones
bars.
talking about the slums style
Yeah.
and how yeah. It's talking about how it's like revolutionizing the
Yeah.
rap game.
Yeah, but there's he's definitely saying a lot in a short amount of time. I guess this is one of the longer
Earl
songs.
Sweatshirt goes on Joe Rogan.
Yeah. Oh man, that would break. That would. Yeah, I don't know what I would do in that if that happened. But what do y'all think of the whole kind of outro? Talks about like the idea of magic and shit, and they kind of reference it a few times in the song as well. How like they want to teach these black kids like not to believe in Santa or type shit, just like they want to believe like, hey, believe in yourself. Like you are black, you're beautiful. Like
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I
I thought
feel
it was
like
a good part.
I feel like with kids, you need to have them believe in something higher, in some sort of higher power, whether that be Santa or whatever, or magic or whatever. I
Or
feel
Lil
like,
Nas X.
or Lil Nas X. Some believing in something, because kids need to believe in something. I'm trying to
Yeah.
figure out,
But, like-
decipher my own words.
But
as
I think
they
what
come
they're
out.
trying to say is like there's
But
magic
it is-
in there's magic in just not believing in that shit. There's magic in just like toning the truth and kind of shit like
Yeah,
that.
I mean
Yeah.
the whole like representation in media discussion has been had like a million times, and it's always seemed kind of trite to me. But when you actually really think about it for real, like growing up as a black person, and every single representation you see of them on TV is as a
Yeah.
criminal or as a basketball player
Yeah.
or something like that, is legitimately damaging to
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
Yeah.
because it sets people's imaginations so low
Yeah.
for what you can actually
Rapper go to the
achieve.
league. Yeah.
Yeah. But like this is the type of thing that yeah, as a white guy, I've never really thought about. I've never looked
stand on
for representation, except for Crazy White Boys, which thing we were talking about in the last episode. That's why we need to bring back Louis C.K. Okay.
Okay. We got anything else for Vision or?
No.
Right,
Let's move on to the next one. We're almost halfway through.
Tabula rasa.
I don't know if we talked we did talk a little bit about this one, but not too much. But yeah, great track.
So
This
far,
is like a
sample.
retro
so
Alchemist.
Yeah. So far,
Beat.
this is the closest we've got to the Slums some rap songs type beat.
Yeah, just
in this
really
project
kind of
so far.
loose flows. Like,
More than Slums, it's Alchemist
Yeah.
style to a T.
Yeah, for sure.
I feel like Slums is a little bit more
It's
of
also
the darker,
no
slower kind of
drums
shit.
on this one either.
The Arm & Hammer guys have some good... I like... Elucid has lots of good, like...
Yeah, he's got very abstract...
Spacey kind of references.
Yeah. I like the "Haven't Made Up My Mind If I'm Assigned to the Stars" is a great bar. I like that one. How it's like his decision, almost.
Cross-check what's really real and what's performance. Speak for myself, but wondering who else is really on it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just... I mean, that's just, like, true to life,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Especially
my circle
nowadays
shrinking
with-
smaller, satellite revolve, my core is a cauldron, surrendered orbits.
That's great. I love that.
Yeah, these guys can rap with Earl. Like they're like on a similar level in terms of lyrical.
Yeah.
Like that's why I really like this one over Vision.
Came from the sludge.
Yeah. Billy Woods has some bars. We talked about this one before.
Yeah,
Bury
Billy Woods.
me in a borrow suit. Get my
Baby's my Ron Bucks.
Brian Tom Do You. Get my enemies the good news. Time flew. I love that.
That's great. Yeah.
That
Yeah,
part there.
Billy Woods is more... He's more like a Action Bronson-esque
I can see
rapper
that.
to a degree. Like the line about the burning down the kitchen.
Yeah.
I'm making
Burning
chicken in
chicken
my
in
boxers.
boxers,
Yeah, late night chicken in my boxers burning up the kitchen.
Yeah.
Like his lines are a little bit funnier.
Yeah, he has the whole kind of like the flyer said grown and sexy, like the whole kind of intro of this shit is like him going to like a club or whatever.
They playing
And,
the
like,
oldies. I'm gonna go ahead and get sweaty.
Yeah, like so it's a little bit more tongue in cheek. To an extent.
And then Earl just murders his shit.
Oh my god.
I have a bunch
That's
of
probably
bars written on that. Like
His
that's
best verse on the whole project, I think.
It's up there for sure.
I really like his kind of earthy imagery that he uses. and,
Yeah, that's great.
family tree sap lightly through the
Yeah.
leaves and familiar
Yeah, I
tracks.
love that bar.
Resilient as
Yeah.
they built the black.
To me, it's like, trust the passage writes the life's chapters. I have to write to find balance. This game
Yeah.
of telephone massive. I do what I have to with the fragments. The madness method rampant these days, and let the panic pass me.
Yeah.
Like, that's just straight up poetry.
Yeah.
Like, that's not even rap. Like, it is rap, but it's rap poetry.
I mean, people-
like,
yeah,
it's,
that's been a thing, but
it's
yeah.
fucking mind-boggling. Trust the
Yeah.
passage Trust the passage writes the life's
Something
chapters. I could
never do anything. I could never say anything like that. I could never come up with anything like that. What are you saying?
Well, I
on this
like
verse?
how to me that line means like fuck. I need to read it again now. Yeah, the game of telephone.
Massive.
So it's like
do with the fragments.
how writing is essentially you're playing a game of telephone with the universe. You're you're putting all this effort into trying to put something in a box and put it out into the world
Yeah.
to see what comes back, and that's the game of telephone that you're playing.
And also,
sort of.
people taking his words and misconstruing them.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like because the game of telephone, you eventually people misinterpret.
That's a question of the
mishear
artist
things.
is always trying to communicate something, but he can never really know if what is being communicated is exactly how he wants the thing. Because once you put it out into the world, it's no longer really yours. It has a life of its own.
Yeah.
That's why a lot of artists don't fuck with genius and like don't fuck with all that like trying to decipher the lyrics or whatever. I feel at least not more so now. Like
Because once there's an official lyric, then that sort of stifles
the creativity and the openness about it.
100%.
But then again, he has to write to find balance. That's why he keeps doing it.
Yeah.
It's just a way for him to personally make sense of everything.
Yep.
Which I totally get. I absolutely agree with him on that.
And yes,
Genius shit.
Yeah. Come on.
Brilliant. Fucking streets are blaze with the anger, complacency, and deceit create. Fuck. Ice sheet break, couldn't weave weight. All I could say to the times that I couldn't freeze frame, bleak fate.
Yeah. Come on.
The thing
Stop
about
playing with his name.
the clean slate is a reference
Tabula
to
rasa.
tabula
Tabula
rasa.
rasa, which is a legal term, which we've talked about before.
The North Star, yeah. There's
Southpaw,
lots
a lot
of great
of wrestling or like boxing references, featherweight shit.
referencing.
weave
I
weight.
find that that was the theme that I picked up on a lot, was referencing mulch and leaves and brown grass and like.
He has mentions like sludge and shit on the album, like throughout, like
just like existing in this world
Just like this earth.
with.
yeah.
I don't know. It's best bars on the album in my opinion on that song. The next song, Lie.
Lye.
Not exactly one of my favorite on the whole album.
I just wrote very Alchemist Mad Lib type beat.
Yeah.
And the one thing that stood out to me was calling out for the Lord, looking low and high. Finally found it at the core of my dim and fire.
Yeah,
that fire.
Another fire reference. This one he also starts off the song with
He burps.
same one
he
that
burps at the beginning.
Does he?
That's right.
I didn't notice that. I didn't pick up on that. Same one that I forgot to praise still above me. He starts off with that shit as well, kind of dealing with his spirituality or lack thereof. I like with every triplet of trips around the sun, some of the sludge gets thicker. I'm chipping away at the crust, kind of similar to almost like earth, those kind of earthy bars. Another kind of thing of him, like the song kind of is more of a him trying to better himself, kind of thing. And I really like. I didn't write it down, but I took a screenshot. His outro where he's just like talking, because it's like rare you get to hear like Earl's voice just talking instead of like rapping.
Yeah.
About about the burning head.
Yeah, and you don't hear about he doesn't do interviews either, or at least like audio ones, so you can't really hear him talk anymore. So it's refreshing just to hear him talk.
The thing that's interesting for me is that I heard this album originally on YouTube, and the ending for that song on YouTube is completely different.
Really?
Yeah, it's not him talking. It's about like some like audio of somebody's head getting literally caught on fire or whatever. It's like,
weird.
It's very interesting. You're gonna have to listen. I'll have to show it to you guys later. And I thought that's actually genius to have like a different ending depending on
I wonder if
which
it's still
platform you listen to.
I wonder if it's still up. It might have been like a mistake even.
I think it is. I listened to that version yesterday.
Oh shit.
On YouTube.
Well, yeah, because the whole thing is about his head getting caught fire and shit. I love just because it's from I was reading into it. It's from like the autobiography of Malcolm X. Yes. Talking about Lie, which is like some sort of product.
Which is one of the books that he read when he was when his mom sent him to the
in Samoa, really
at risk.
Oh shit!
Camp
there you go. Making connections here at the Rapcast. How the whole Lie thing is like some shit you put in your hair to make it like straighter. And how it's kind of like a way of whitewashing, black people in a way or some shit, and how like it burns or whatever if you don't put it in right. The whole like head catching fire, like there's so many layers to just the outro there. Like even if it's not originally his, like it still makes perfect sense for the album.
Yeah, toss the sword.
Or for the song.
Yeah, toss
There's
the sword.
also
back
a
into
Rick
the
and
vines,
Morty
another sword
reference.
That's what I saw. That's what it said on the Genius. That's a fucking stretch though, man. Just because he says fucking what did he say? Like
I don't even something about. A citadel.
Just because a citadel of Ricks is a thing in the show, citadels existed before. That was a concept before fucking Rick and Morty. I feel though, so like I think that's a little bit of a stretch.
Don't you know that the world revolves around Rick and Morty?
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't.
Talk about how
interpretation.
I don't even know Rick and Morty, so I can't really. It's like.
The Citadel
all these alternate
was
Earls, There's all these alternate Earl Sweatshirts that made different decisions. And he's like in his mind palace, he sees all these different.
Well, if that's what it actually is a reference to, then it's cool. But I still like don't really think that's what. I think that's a bit of a stretch.
Well,
I don't know.
Okay, it's on Adult Swim, right? Loiter Squad.
Well, Rick and Morty is a show, and I'm gonna start from the beginning. No.
Yeah, 5 degrees of Earl Sweatshirt making Rick and Morty bars to see if we can connect
anything about Rick and Morty.
Dan Harmon x Earl Sweatshirt. Let's make it happen, folks. Dan Harmon, Earl Sweatshirt, Alex Jones. Let's get these three people in a room together.
Boy. That'd be a crazy podcast. Oh, hey, Nikki.
New dog drop.
New dog, who dis?
Take a little bit of this is a puppy break or a dog break. We'll have a little animation go.
What was the thing Bob Barker said at the end of every episode or ever? Or remember, have your pets spayed or neutered.
Yeah.
creature.
Here, Nikki.
Nikki.
Nikki, here. Hey,
Stop. God damn it.
Nikki, here.
Nikki.
Go see Dad.
Nikki.
Nicki Minaj.
Nikki. Oh, man. That's her full name now.
Go see Dad. Go see Dad. Oh, no. Go see. You might have to come
Why
get
did
her.
you name her Nucky after Enoch Thompson character?
You can't come
from-
down and get her. We're in the middle of the podcast here, but... Say goodbye, Nikki.
You're gonna get our whole fucking pussy in that shot.
The point is, Lie is probably the song that I fuck with the least out of
It just doesn't have as much to it. There isn't as much to unpack.
And
Kind of
Lobby,
surface level.
my note for it is it's a fun one.
It's a banger. I wrote banger
really
exclamation
like it.
point.
It's it's old to me. I wrote it's old school Earl lyrically and musically.
Because he's
It sounds like to
talking
me like
about
old Earl.
doing crimes.
I still think it's stylistically I don't think this could have been on any other project.
No.
I still think it's like new.
Out of all of them, I think it's the one that could have.
Yeah.
Like that's what I meant.
And it could have and probably should have been longer. Like if this was like a fully fledged out song, like it would have been crazy. I love the whole baseball outro with like the "what a slide" type of shit.
Yeah.
That was super cool.
He is superhuman.
There's a little Vince Staples nod.
Yeah, the whole
something about-
65th.
yeah. Kind of talking about his hometown, and he refers to weed as thrax. Which is super
that was a new
cool.
one. I had to look that one up. I didn't know what thrax was.
I feel like Earl Sweatshirt, he's smoking like a different kind of weed. Like
for sure.
The type of weed he smokes is actual. That's actual drugs.
He's
Like,
actually
Well,
smoking.
first of all, it's fucking LA weed, probably. So
Yeah.
that's already a different fucking.
so that's why they would
shit
call
right
it
there.
thrax.
Yeah.
he's smoking anthrax.
Yeah.
That's what he's doing.
I love the intro to this shit. You know what it is. Don't overreact. I'm 26. Felonious past.
To me,
Roll-
that's like old school.
Yeah,
Earl.
rolling with the pack even when it's switched was what I was referencing to earlier. Guarantee you miss, don't get too attached. Like, guarantee you miss this shit, don't get too attached. I'm bound to switch up, bound to change shit, like, bound to evolve. Is
Yeah,
what he's
this
trying
was
to
so
say.
cool because it's like he's reached maturity, but now he can go back to doing sort of crime fantasy lyrics about, robbing people or selling weed or whatever it is.
Yeah. But in a more mature way. It's kind of almost a parallel to an extent to how Tyler on his last album, how he was rapping kind of like how he was previously in his career, but in a new way, where this song is kind of also an ode to the old shit, but in a new way.
That's it. Yeah. That's exactly it.
You nailed it.
Yeah, that's all I got down for that one. It's a short song,
It's a short song, so short.
Didn't have too much to say about that one.
God laughs. Chill psychedelic beat. No
Yeah,
drums.
really like euphoric. Like I love like the vocal sample they have. Makes it feel really like spacey. But I feel like this one is almost more of an interlude than Lobby, which is credited as an interlude to me. Just because there's more lyrically to it, but like it's I think it's shorter even. Like I don't know.
Yeah, I think there's a lot more dense stuff lyrically because like Lobby is about a specific thing.
Yeah.
God laughs is about a lot of different things, so there's a lot to unpack in there. Like, resort to cantankerous means on the cash. Only Earl can say cantankerous. Come on.
On the cash play, rat races, the cheese sit in the trap, wait, it snap, then we break.
He's
I feel like
talking
that's
about the meaning of life, basically.
I feel like that last part is about just capitalism and shit, and how it's all a rat race and
the cantankerous means
means on the cash, trying to get the cash, playing the race, getting trapped in the shit.
But it's also about like being a little bit more aggressive sometimes.
Oh yeah, it's about also getting the cash in his own kind of way, for sure.
Yeah.
One of my favorite bars in the album. My grandfather spoke 13 languages. Somehow he never had nothing to say. Like as soon as I heard that one like stood out to me. I'm like, oh wow, that's really interesting.
Booze is a fool's fragrance. So yeah, he's that was brain getting chipped away. So he's talking about your mind slowly falling apart over the course of aging and
through the pandemic,
adding
and
drugs to that whole mix, and how he's dealing with some more mature subject matter on this song for sure.
And again, kind of to the point of him trying to get better. He says, "Keep changing for the better." what to do when you're job thankless. And I love the whole last part in the middle of the marsh where mosquitoes chop ankles.
Swamp Martian on the quest for my lost halo. That is one of my favorite bars. Because
again with the earthy.
The swamp shit. Yeah, it's very
nature-based lyrics.
And even the album cover gives off like an earthy kind of like just with all of the shit that you see on it. Like it's kind of gives off that same vibe.
It's just like to me like in the middle of a marsh with mosquitoes chop ankles. That paints such a vivid.
Yeah, I want to see the video where he's in the marsh with the shit.
Like I love.
You want those ankles
lyrics.
to be chomped up.
I want to see. That's a relatable bar to me because I got my ankles chomped up by mosquitoes. You should have seen it was like my whole foot, both my feet were red. I don't even think it was a mosquito. It was
sometimes
when I was camping.
you need that in order to feel alive.
That's true.
You know?
I definitely felt something. I felt something for sure.
Yeah, he's one of the things I like about this song is that you can hear the paper folding a little bit.
Really, I didn't hear that either.
Like, just the recording of it, it sounds like very,
Oh, I do know what you're talking about. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Like, you can hear him performing it all in one take, almost. I don't know if it's a one-take Jake thing, but...
Who knows?
It sounds like that to me.
Yeah.
The beat almost gave me Mac Miller Faces / like watching movies era with the
I can
slowed down,
that.
spacey, atmospheric kind of shit. That's another beat where it's like minimalistic and hard for your average guy to rap on.
For sure.
But it kind of... here's where the sequencing... I kind of wish Titanic and Lobby were together because they share the sort of rebellious
that makes sense,
vibe, whereas God Laughs is such a different...
Yeah, that's why I think that would make more sense as an interlude in between those two tracks. Where if Lobby was maybe a little bit longer, more fleshed out, God Laughs is a little break in between, and then you get Titanic again.
Right.
But, I get what you're saying. Like,
any more thoughts on God Laughs?
No, I think I'm good on that
kind of the theme of drugs and alcohol, gaining strength through, like, figuring out how to not rely on them to be happy and shit.
Yeah.
Titanic, again, like, that's probably one of my favorite ones off of first couple listens.
Yeah. One of his hardest tracks, I think, maybe to date.
It's one of the most...
In terms of beat and flow, like,
this
he's
like
he's
a
vicious
new
sounding
genre,
on this.
like,
he's hungry for this.
It's
sounds energized.
Yeah. It's one of the most commercial... You could hear this on the radio, for sure, I think.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah, to the point of, like, these songs like Titanic in 2010, maybe not 2010, but, like songs like that are a little more accessible to the average rap fan. Like, if someone didn't fuck with some rap songs of Feet of Clay, I wouldn't be surprised if they fucked with Titanic, though, and some of the other songs on here.
Yeah.
Great Tupac reference to him spitting on the reporter. That classic clip of him wearing the Detroit Red Wings jersey.
Yeah. I love the...
Does he have secret knowledge of Tupac's whereabouts?
Perhaps.
Sound off in the comments.
And if you have any information about Tupac's known whereabouts, also sound off in the comments. I love the whole sweatshirt because you know how revenge is best served cold dish.
Pressure cooking roast.
Yeah, I love that. His flow on this is crazy.
That's Nakel doing...
Nakel Smith.
Ad-libs on it.
Yeah.
Uncredited.
And he's in the video, I believe,
it's one of the funnier songs on the album.
Yeah.
You look drained.
Has
you
some
should get some
cheeky
rest.
shit. Yeah. Well, that whole kind of ending part is more vicious than that. It's like, and the whole Titanic theme, what they see, what they couldn't see, sinking ships, capsize, mean use a flip, send a postcard from the depth, bleed a vein till nothing left. You look drained. You should get some rest. I love that ending part.
I have to give this one a shout out. Mask on like a supervillain. Daniel, who you in the den with lion. It's both a reference to MF Doom, whose name was Daniel DeMille, and also Daniel from the Bible, who was thrown into a lion's den and was saved by God.
Nice.
So it's like a double meaning. Like, it's crazy. It goes from one Daniel to another Daniel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love that. It's great.
I love that Bible story. The song, though, sucks. How dare.
I love the hometown hold me down like a rock, so you know how I gotta skip it. That could be a bunch of different meanings.
Could be like he's, selling rocks on the...
Well, how it's like his town holds him down in a good way or a bad way, where it holds him down, where he doesn't feel like he can do anything.
Like
that's
rock.
why he's skipping it, or he's holding it down it holds him down, and now he's skipping it. Now he's finally able to lift it and like skip the stone, like skip the rock,
Right.
go down like a rock kind of thing.
Yeah, lyrics about crashing cars and skipping town and shit.
Yeah, more reminiscent of older Earl,
Yeah,
which is always nice to hear.
Youthful.
And still, depth to the lyrics. Some of the lyrics as well. So a little bit of old and new.
Youthful
Good mix.
hijinks.
Yeah.
Definitely want to spray
Great
graffiti
song.
to that song.
All right, we're getting there.
Last track, Fire in the Hole.
Immaculate instrumental sample.
Yeah, the guitar
Absolutely
I love
loop
it.
is crazy.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
The sample is from Love to Last Forever by Zamila during the guitar solo of that song. And I don't normally look up the samples, but for that, I was just like, I need to know what this is from, because this is completely gorgeous.
And to me, like, the vibe and the sound of the song gives off kind of like a hopeful ending to the album. But some of the subject matter of the lyrics kind of contradict that, like him talking about him like ghosting a girl like he had a good thing with, now he's like, which is kind of might be alarming because he has a kid, so maybe it's, we don't really know that situation. So who knows if he's actually in a good headspace? Like, it's kind of leaves it on a question mark in a way, at least for me.
Yeah. I like how this is an Earl. Almost an Earl's love song.
Yeah, as close as you can get, almost.
Which is like... Yeah, you don't really get this much.
You got Huey on I Don't Like Shit, which is almost an anti-love song.
Yeah, Earl does not love.
And also...
or maybe he does.
What was it? Lupper or whatever, that song on Earl, where he's like talking about the girl going to school and shit, now tied up in her basement or whatever. Like, that's...
Yeah, he has,
yeah.
he has
there's
plenty
only a
of songs
few-
about rape, but not really that many love songs.
Yeah.
Sleeping
One thing
in the
that-
munch, you see it in... Yeah, mulch.
Mulch?
Mulch, that's from the earth.
Really going for these Earth. You're really loving these Earth references.
But honestly, fire out the hole, deep breathing only make it grow.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't want to leave the clutch. Far be it for me to plead with y'all. He's kind of talking about... I don't know what.
It's like rage and like...
Fire leaping out the hole.
Yep.
Could be a
His mouth-
smoking weed reference
His mouth hole.
as well. Fire in the hole.
Deep breathing only
growing
make it
deep-
grow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I also
higher.
think that he's talking about the fire inside of his heart
Yeah.
Yeah.
or his soul.
Yeah.
Whether
Deep
this is in
breathing's-
a love kind of way or
Yeah.
this is like his motivation to
Yeah.
keep going
Breathing
as
is
a
meditation.
Yeah, seeing her
Deep
when I
breathing.
want. Again, with the whole hopefulness, it's no rewinding for the umpteenth time, it's only forward. And also kind of the whole part of, I couldn't toast a drink to demise, I heard the clink, life couldn't change in the blink of an eye, I'm wrinkling time, I'm gonna leave it to y'all to get hoodwinked and surprised. I love that passage there.
Yeah.
I love I went ahead and mixed some Beetlejuice with the wine. I don't know if that's a lean reference, which could be troubling, but it's a funny bar. I like the Beetlejuice reference there.
His verses only takes up half the song too. Is something I think.
Yeah, it leaves a lot of room to
Like
breathe
just
at
to
the
fade out.
end.
It's kind of
Yeah.
like a Riot ending, where the
Yeah.
second half is just instrumental, and that fucking piano at the ending. Oh my god, that is beautiful. That is godlike.
Yeah, one of
piano.
the better beats or instrumentals.
Where's the piano? I don't even
The piano's at the end of the song. It basically plays the
Like the
same
sample
instrumental
kind of
on
fades
piano.
out, and then the piano kind of comes in.
Oh,
I could make love to this song,
Oh, yeah.
Like, this is also a very... Maybe not this part, but Mac
Yeah,
influenced
I
me.
could picture Mac, singing.
Singing some shit on this part, for sure. And I don't know if there was a reference to his kid, but I think, like, I read in an interview how that kind of song is, like, for him, or, like, a kind of about, in a way, of, like, just the struggle.
I think it's for the
fatherhood.
mother of his child.
Right.
I think.
Which is...
You are hiding a child.
The mother... so, fun little fact here. The mother of his child is one of Bob Marley's granddaughters. So, that's a crazy mix of artists. And also, even more fun fact, Joba from Brockhampton is also dating one of Bob Marley's granddaughters. So, there's a potential for a Joba ex Earl. I mean, they're not related. I don't think there must be like second cousins or whatever, like because he had so many fucking
Kids from so many different women.
So yeah, but a crazy little connection that I found out there.
You sleuth, you.
Wow.
Tip my hat. Any final thoughts, anyone? About the project, where does it rank for you?
It's hard to judge this album.
It's been out for a week or so.
And it still needs
different
so much
from
to
other shit.
digest, really.
But I would say that it's very good.
Yes.
It's straight up Earl, which I will always love an Earl project, no matter what it is. It's better than Feet of Clay. It's not quite some rap songs or I Don't Like Shit, but it's definitely up there.
Yeah, I think it might be top 3.
Yes.
Some rap songs, I Don't Like Shit, being 1 and 2 respectively. With Doris, yeah, it probably edges out Doris, but I'm not 100% sure. Like, yeah, it's.
There's some things
if I'm including Solace, then maybe Solace takes it. But
I would have it as number 2, probably behind some rap songs. I think it's better than I Don't Like Shit, I Don't Go Outside.
Well, you said earlier that you can't listen to it as much just because it's such a depressing mood of an album.
Yeah, but I also think that there are conceptual weaknesses in his earlier work. When you really start to, fucking chip away at it, I think this is a more mature project from Earl Sweatshirt.
It's definitely more mature, for sure. I don't think it's as concise. Like, it is a little bit all over the place in terms of the sound. I don't know if that's necessarily a bad thing, but it kind of lowers my ranking to an extent just because it's not as good of an album sitting through it from front to back, because it's a little, like I said, a little bit all over the place in terms of jumping around in sounds and having more bangers, more kind of, not immature, but kind of more, songs like Titanic and Lobby and shit, but also, still kind of the slum songs that we've grown to love from Earl. I like the mix of it, but I don't think some of the songs could have been fleshed out a little bit more, maybe, I think, for me, to really kind of, for it to kind of grow into its own in a way. But that's kind of my
one thing that I noticed is that when you go back to 2015 to 13 era, I feel like sometimes he's more trying to say it's more unnecessarily verbose with the word choices of trying to do lyrical miracle type stuff.
Yeah, whereas it's not as dense.
Now he uses more regular imagery. I mean, cantankerous was a pretty big word, but it's not. I guess it's not trying to be as flashy with the wordplay.
Right. It's more effortless, maybe.
Yeah.
And I think he's a better rapper now than he was during I Don't Like Shit. I just think I prefer that album. I think it's a stronger body of work.
Yeah.
To me.
In terms of conceptually and track list wise, I think I Don't Like Shit has a lot.
But to each their own. There's no wrong answer for favorite Earl project, except for Earl.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with Sick being a better lyrical album. I think, in terms of wordplay and
it's
imagery,
more dense.
There's a lot more to it.
It's more difficult to understand. You don't get it right away. There's a lot more to unpack.
Who knows if we'll ever get funny Earl Sweatshirt back again?
Yeah, but who's to say what Earl's next shit's going to be? Apparently, Alchemist said, fucking Alchemist, so you can't really trust a word he says to what he's going to release and shit. But he was in an interview recently, and he said, he has a full project with Earl coming out this year. So that could be fucking crazy. But also the last project that the two of them had together, they just posted on YouTube randomly, and they don't have the link to it or anything, and they can't find it, and no one has found it. That's what they say. Who knows if that's even fucking real, but... So who's to say this will even come out? But always going to be excited for new Earl. We will be here to cover it for sure. One of the best rappers.
He should put out his next album under the name Neil Young.
Oh man, yeah.
I mean, since there's no more Neil Young on Spotify, the market's
open. We can take it, man. We can take it.
Okay, so that was our Earl Sweatshirt.
Yes. Give it up for Earl, everybody.
We're going to go through a lot of music has dropped and will continue to drop. It's been kind of a hot start to the year, thankfully. Not as dry as previous years. We will get into some of these albums. Where do you want to start? Alex, do you want to go do The Weeknd? Start at the top.
The Weeknd, did you listen to it?
I listened to the Tyler track, I listened to the Lil Wayne track, I listened to maybe 2 other tracks. I listened to the Jim Carrey outro or whatever. That's all I've heard. And I'm not a big Weeknd fan.
Where's my vape?
It's lost, bro.
My vape is gone. My vape is gone.
My NFT is gone. It's got screenshotted. Yeah, I'm not a big Weeknd guy. I do fuck with some of the songs. I have a few of them saved, but I'm still not the biggest fan of his style and his voice.
It's pretty mid.
Is it similar stylistically to After Hours? Is it more of like an After Hours light kind of deal?
Yeah, it's kind of like After Hours 2. Like, if After Hours is like, you know, a movie that came out in 1985, then this one came out in like 1988.
Trying to capitalize on the same.
It's kind of in the same, 80s synth pop aesthetic, but it's like a little bit moved a little bit. They added a little bit more cocaine.
Yeah.
Things are a little darker or flashier or something. I don't know how to describe the difference between different synths, because they're all synths to me.
True.
Oh, that's a sawtooth wave, or that's a sine wave, or whatever.
It beats me.
I don't even have the knowledge to do that type of joke. Gasoline is a pretty good one, where he does this sort of...
Doesn't he do like a British accent or something on it?
Like a British voice.
Weird.
I kind of like it. It's a little bit...
Interesting choice.
Yeah. Honestly, like, I think if you've heard Take My Breath...
And you've heard the best.
You've heard a lot of these songs.
All right. I do like that song.
Because they don't stray that far away from that style.
Right.
The one with Tyler, Here We Go Again, is one you should listen to, though.
Yeah, I like that one. I listened to that one.
It's like on some real prom night kind of shit.
Yeah. And then Tyler just goes off being like, you need to sign a prenup. You guys taking my money. I'm like, that's fair. Fair move by Tyler.
I honestly think it's a great The Weeknd song with a just okay Tyler.
Yeah, Tyler is, and it's also not a long feature. It's only like 8 or 16 bars, if that. Like, it's not that long, and you know, same with the Lil Wayne one. Like, and the Lil Wayne verse also isn't that good. Like,
I don't really like that song.
He has a few bars in it, but it's okay.
But I haven't really listened to it that much.
Yeah,
it has, you know, all these little.
Radio
102.9 K-Light FM kind of things, but done by The Weeknd.
Yeah.
Which kind of, it's, you know.
I haven't listened to 102.9 since the album dropped, so I don't know if it's just, that's just playing non-stop, like who's to say, because 102.9 is an actual station from Toronto that plays like, pop music and shit. So
I wonder how many of those we can remember right now. 102.1
The Edge.
The Edge. 92.9 The Grand. That's a good one. But yeah,
they're all kind of the same.
It's not really that worth to listening to. What?
Q107.
The Rockety Rock place.
Yeah. All the rock ones are the fucking the same.
Yeah.
Just a deep voice.
It's just oh yeah, rock and roll.
Duff man, can't breathe. Kind of vibe.
Rock and roll, bitch. This shit ain't for pussies.
To me, I thought
there's a Quincy Jones interlude.
To me, I thought that this album would just be bigger, because no one's really talking about it. And I thought The Weeknd after Hours, like he would fucking
after Hours,
he would skyrocket. Like his fame is only going to get bigger. But Gunna outsold him first week. Like I
saw that. I thought it was fake news.
Like, I'm unsure of what to think, honestly.
The cover is confusing. Why is he an old man?
I haven't seen any videos. He's pretty good on his video game, so maybe he's telling a story. I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah. It's definitely, like, exactly like pretty much any movie sequel to where it's exactly like if Shrek was 100%, then Shrek 2 was, 75%. Shrek 3,
I know there's a
50%.
couple movies that have, like, the sequels are just as good, if not better.
The only things that's true for is, like, Harry Potter and Star Wars and shit.
Isn't, like, Terminator 2 considered better?
Yeah, but that's not really...
Indiana Jones.
Those don't really count, because
everyone
it's not
says
really
Temple
a sequel.
of Doom sucks, but I like Temple of Doom. That's my favorite one.
I will not...
Just because it's so ridiculous.
I will not have any Temple of Doom slander in my timeline.
But, like, everyone says it's the worst one out of the three.
Bullshit.
Other than the fourth one, obviously.
To me, that doesn't really count as a sequel, because it's the second movie in a series that...
You're talking about sequels as in there's only 2 movies?
Yeah, like Ghostbusters versus Ghostbusters 2.
Oh, but they have so many spin-offs of that now, though, you know? And I watched Ghostbusters for the first time a few weeks ago, like, for the first time ever. It was good, but, like, I think it was overhyped for me. And it was...
Wow,
It did not age... Yeah, that's a hot take right there. It did not age well. Like, a lot of the jokes... Some of the jokes were kind of rapey, and the CG is terrible, obviously, for maybe in the 80s. I mean, it was... Yeah.
Well,
But,
back then, the
it's
idea,
a good, like,
the idea of
it's
a
a-
ghost giving you a blowjob
Yeah, that was a crazy... Yeah, that's a crazy scene.
considered treason to say that out loud.
And it has, like, funny moments, and it's charming, and it's, you know, it's a good movie, but I think it was just definitely overhyped for me after fucking 23 years of not watching it. I think that was my main mistake. If I watched it when I was a kid, I'd probably...
I
have
wish
very
I
fond
could remember
memories.
what Jim Carrey's interlude was about.
I also don't recall.
I forget.
Yeah.
But yeah, the song with Tyler is fire. Here we go again.
Speaking of, like, 7 out of 10s, Cordae's new album, From a Bird's Eye View.
Oh, 7 out of 10? Yeah, okay, that's a little bit much, but...
Did you listen to this album?
Yeah, it's...
Okay.
Cordae is...
But I'm a Cordae fan,
shockingly
and
mid.
you're not a Cordae fan, so...
He's just so mid, though. How can you... Like, I like the song C. Carter.
I think
That's about it.
John Michael's a good intro.
There's a few okay songs
The
on
production,
the first half of
the
it,
production on it, for most of it, is pretty good.
but then it really falls apart.
The singing is good. Super is generic. It's whatever. Mama's Hood I like. Want For Me is a great, like, R&B kind of cut. Today with Gunna sucks. That's a bad song.
Yeah.
C. Carter is good. Sinister with Lil Wayne grew on me. Chronicles with her and Lil Durk is a great song.
No.
Champagne Glasses is good, but Freddie Gibbs ruins it with his shit bars. Westlake High is just a fucking Last Call rip-off kind of thing. It doesn't have much substance. Eminem ruins Parables. Terrible verse. Terribly mixed as well. Gifted is a good song with Roddy Ricch. I'm a Cordae fan. It's not as good as Lost Boy. I think it's an okay album, but, I mean, you obviously have different opinions.
He's just so mid. I don't know. It's not really worth going into more details about. You know, like he just doesn't really. Yeah, he's okay.
Yeah, he doesn't bring much, like, new to the table, but he's not, like,
But
terrible
he just makes
either.
me want to listen to better artists. You know?
That's fair.
Like,
People always say, like, he's a Cole Light, which I kind of agree. I think I mentioned that on a pod a few weeks ago, but
a
or a
couple
few
of
months
songs,
ago.
yeah, I'll listen to though. But I don't know. He's just corny to me, and I don't really like the Chronicles one with
I like that one. I think that's a
her
solid song.
and Dirk.
You like her, though.
You like her.
No.
If you
talking
like
about?
her so much, why don't you marry her?
You know, I'm a Cordae fan, so I'm gonna give this one a pass. But it's definitely not as good as Lost Boy, or really even that close to it. Yeah, probably like a 6 or 7 out of 10. I don't know if it has much replay value to me. Yeah, he has some bars. There's some good moments on here. Beat production's pretty good. His singing is good, but yeah, it just seems like he doesn't have much to say. Like on Lost Boy, he kind of had something to prove, and now that he like popped, like this album is kind of just a reaction to that. Like he's not really going on, not really progressing artistically. He just kind of
He
stuck
talks
in that,
about how
in that
awesome
box.
he is, but never
Yeah.
backs any of it up.
Yeah,
with
no,
any
he's-
bar
he's-
that was like worth like.
He's way too braggadocious on this shit. Like he's like, just because he has fucking cosigns and that shit, it doesn't mean that he doesn't have the track record to back it up. He's definitely biting off way more than he can chew.
Some of his verses are so predictable too. Like every single rhyme is just straight down the middle, like what you would expect a guy to say. I honestly think he should have kept the YBN thing instead of trying to become the.
Well, he says on the album he didn't. They didn't own the shit. They didn't like own the
Right.
Y, so they couldn't like make any money off it or whatever. So he's getting the
Okay,
bag.
yeah, I'm not really an expert on all the history and the lore there, but I just feel like
Yeah.
he.
I mean, that was
He got all this buzz and then
he got the buzz
abandoned
because
his buddies that helped him get there in the first place, and then
he got the buzz because he was a lyrical rapper with the YBN shit, so that's why people thought he was so special and different, because he's like, oh, he's one of the new guys, but he's like lyrical and he's like has more substance and stuff. Yeah, but I guess you can make the point for like, yeah, now that he's kind of abandoned that trope, he's just another kind of rapper that is just kind of a normal guy and just kind of, you know, regular and just kind of, yeah, not that great.
Yeah.
I'm gonna still check out Cordae, but this
right.
album was not
Moving
not
on.
the best, not the worst, was just okay.
Let's talk about surround sound.
Ooh, banger. JID with a mission statement for this start of this year.
He uses the phrase indubitably.
Yeah. What's the Osh Posh Kabbalah? Like, that's bro. His
Oshkosh Bagosh.
Yeah. What the fuck is he talking about, man? Like, and the whole some about
I turn into
rap
a rap
ironically. Yeah, he has great on the second half when the beat switches.
Anomaly.
He has great flow inflections and shit like that. And the first half is it's just a straight banger. Chorus is great. 21 Savage kills it. The Baby Tate.
21 Savage gets slurped.
Okay.
She slurped me through my pants.
Through his pants. Yeah, that's a man. Crazy.
Yeah, we don't have that much to say on it. Like, I guess when
It's just a
JID
banger.
drops his album,
Yeah,
we'll
it's just a
talk
hard
more
ass.
about it.
One of my favorite songs to drop of
The
late.
beat switch up is dope, also because it has the same sample but slowed down.
Yeah, which Denzel also did on his new song, which I don't know if it's slowed down, but it's the same sample, but it's a beat switch and which I really like.
Sick
that
video
idea.
too. He's in an old school house.
Yeah, a bunch of him, different versions of him or whatever, rapping
Very
shit
like
and,
Atlanta episode.
Yeah, very
Inspired.
Atlanta, the whole thing for sure.
Let's talk about that one too. Denzel Walking.
Yeah, Walking. I really like it.
Me too.
I will say he said that this next album, like, he's kind of done with the whole like metal rap type of like aggressive like screamo shit, which I respect. I also wish we could have maybe got one more project similar to the fucking Rage Against the Machine cover that he did.
Taboo.
No, for that's Killing in the Name of, was it Killing in the Name of he did the
Bulls
cover?
on Parade.
Right.
Bulls on Parade. He did that. If he got a whole, even as bad as that punk song last year that he did was, if we had a proper tape of like more of a rock sound, I think that would have been really good. But I do like the direction he's going in.
You got Travis Barker.
No. I'm not saying that. But I mean, that was probably inevitable if we were to do a rock album at this point. That's a fucking contract. Fucking, I don't know.
I know, it's interesting. You can't do that now
as soon
without
as you
his,
say,
without
as soon
his
as
help.
any rapper says rock influence, Travis Barker just shows up out of nowhere.
Yeah, exactly. That's the issue.
He's like a genie.
Except, well, Zilla Kami had the punk album last year, Dog Boy, and that one didn't have Travis Barker on it, so something to be said about that.
It is possible. He doesn't own the only set of drums.
Yeah. There's one drum, one set of drums in all of fucking Los Angeles.
The only set of real drums.
Damn.
Shit, we
There's gonna be
him.
some like Mad Max movie in the future where Travis Barker.
Oh man,
is
he looks like a fucking villain on one of those
Joe,
movies
and
too.
he owns all the world's
Yeah.
music.
It's set in the Denzel Curry music video.
Yeah.
Which, by the way,
was dope.
That's a great video.
Is a great, like, to me, like,
all the imagery,
the entire time I was
sci-fi,
watching,
Star Wars, but also kind of
but
like
it's Western. Yeah, it's in Tarantino as well. Like it's a lot of different influences.
The entire time I was watching it, I'm like, this is how you do a memorable music video. Because as good as the other songs that we listened to tonight were, the music videos were kind of forgettable to me. I couldn't really tell them apart. But this one, it stands out to me. I remember it.
Yeah, but it also is as simple as like he's walking. But it's all the shit that happens around him that's interesting.
He's walking through all the bullshit.
Yeah.
He's walking through it, and it's just like the setting and the story that is in it.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's memorable.
Yeah, and it seems like he's going on more of just like a strict rap sound for the album, which I'm excited for. I think
It's an old school type beat.
Yeah,
Kinda
has some
switches
bars
up.
on it. Still kind of Denzel and some of his like kind of cheeky kind of bars.
You can always tell with Denzel that he comes up with his verses, not exactly on the spot, but like
he does
it a
freestyle
couple
a lot of
times,
his shit,
and it comes out like a freestyle. But just to say that it's not as like dense lyrically as other rappers, but it's still great.
Yeah, definitely looking forward to his next tape. I think it's called "Melt My Eyes, See Your Future," which is a great album title. I think some of the features,
Right, because at the end they're saying something about where he's like, "They melted my eyes."
Yeah.
I was wondering what that's from.
Yeah.
Next track. Which one?
Benny the Butcher, J. Cole, just dropped.
Johnny P's Caddy.
Alchemist beat.
Tana
Fire.
Talk 4 on the way.
Boom, 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 boom.
Get lit.
J. Cole washes Benny though, to me. It's a great verse. It's a fantastic verse. One of
Benny
his
has
Cole's
a sick verse as well.
No, great. Yeah, Benny definitely raps and he shows up, but Cole, like, the whole thing is bars, like, to me. The whole intro where he's, like, born and the thunder strikes and the fucking sparks fly and shit. It's like,
God
it's
cried
crazy
when I was
imagery.
born.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to hell and Jesus is gonna ask for a feature or whatever.
Or yeah, I'll probably go to hell if Jesus asks for a feature because he'll body Jesus so much that he'll be pissed and he'll like, fuck you, man, condemn you. I think that's what he's trying to say, which is crazy.
Yeah, he also like he kind of puts half the rap game on blast for lying about all this gangster shit that they do. Over reliance on bars about guns and drugs and stuff.
Which I totally agree with him for that.
Yeah. Some of these rappers for sure pushing
Put your
P.
favorite rapper neck in a noose.
Yeah, he's out for blood on claiming he's the best rapper alive, like straight up, like.
I really like the bar about collecting his bread in mass like a Catholic preacher.
Yeah, but Benny definitely has bars on here, but that's a standout Cole verse, and when Cole is on, like, there's almost no one that can top him, and he's on that. Like, he had kind of a weak feature run last year. We talked about it on a few podcasts ago. But this one is a really good feature. Yeah, I'm assuming this means Tana Talk 4 is coming, Benny, this year.
But the thing is, Benny's the only kind of guy who can give you a bar like this. Problems that I correct through obstacles I progress. Illogical for them to feel they're responsible for our success. Besides Khan, tell me who else I gotta respect. I'm kind of perplexed, so I gotta respect. Yeah.
He's got bars. The boy's got bars.
Yeah. Just a great, simple, old school beat.
Yeah, Alchemist coming in.
Turning
on
words
fire.
to imagery. Excited for
great stuff. Great stuff.
There's a lot of good stuff. We're not even going to hate on much of this new music.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Kanye and The Game.
Okay. I listened to this like one time. I don't remember too much. I know the cover is fucking crazy of the skinned monkey.
Yeah.
Which is fucking nuts, man. That's a cursed image.
I keep seeing that shit pop up everywhere. Even when I'm watching videos that are completely unrelated, that constantly pops up in my recommended.
I looked into it, and it's this photographer who did a series about, like, death and shit, and, like, a bunch of the pictures are of, like, mutilated animals and, like, monkeys that are skinned and, like, kind of shit like that. And it's kind of crazy. Like, it's cool, for sure. But it's also, like, for a single, for a song, is like, damn, man. Like, this is going to turn a lot of people away, I feel, but hey.
Turn people away. If they haven't been turned away yet,
that's
9 albums in,
that's true.
Then I don't think they're...
I'm going to give him one more shot. 9 times the charm.
It'd be funny if there's someone who's been meaning to get into Kanye since 2004.
Yeah.
And they're just like, you know what?
I like The Game, though, so let me listen to listen. Even though The Game is on, or the Kanye's on a lot of The Game tracks.
The Game, like, who cares about his verse, honestly?
His verse was pretty good, though, I thought.
Sure, it's fine, but, like, The Game, really?
But also, Kanye's, I mean, he has some bars, and it's a Kanye verse, and it's kind of wacky and unhinged, but, like, it's not that great, you know? I don't know, I didn't really fuck with it that much.
I like his bar.
I also heard it, like, one time, so I don't really...
Mr. Narcissist, tell me about my arrogance. No more counseling. I don't negotiate with therapists.
Yeah, that's a great bar.
Which, to explain it like an asshole, it's a reference to the I don't negotiate with terrorists line. You know, and therapists, terrorists.
It rhymes.
You know, I've been reading this book by L. Ron Hubbard called Dianetics.
Boy.
He makes a great point about how we need to get rid of therapists.
We gotta replace
them.
We gotta replace you on the pod, I think.
Look! I break out the fucking auditing shit. I'll show you how to get to OT6.
Oh man!
And then you won't have a high-profile divorce. Like, yay! Yeah.
He's talking about punching Pete Davidson in the face, which was the bar that everyone. Yeah, fucking and Pete Davidson apparently is like buffed up his security and shit. Like, he's like, oh man.
Man, the stories are out of control.
It's going nuts.
The most
man.
recent thing.
If there's anybody who I want to see be punched in the face, it's Pete Davidson.
Kanye's going around spreading the rumor that Pete Davidson is gay and
has
AIDS.
That's so fucking funny, bro. I don't think that's real. I think like in the article, like
no
Kanye's
fucking
camp,
way is that real.
Kanye's camp says like that's not real. But like
It
that's
just says
still
a source
so fucking funny.
claims this, so
Yeah.
literally anyone could.
It could have been
say
fucking, you know, someone in the family or something. Just
that. The New
being
York
petty or
Post,
whatever.
honestly, they should be skinned alive
Yeah.
for.
They should be
posting
that monkey. The New York
How is
Post
that
should
not?
be that monkey.
If it's also completely made up, like how is that not kind of homophobic to
Yeah,
Yeah.
say that?
it's a.
But
Yeah, definitely
But
is,
then if it turns
not
out
good on his
Kanye
character.
really did say that and defends his, then I'll have to pivot my
Yeah, of course.
Kanye stan reaction to it. But yeah,
Yeah, the stories
we'd
of
love
this
to
shit
see-
keeps going fucking crazy.
we're excited
man.
for
Like,
Donda 2.
I don't think it's coming.
Should we make predictions officially on the? Let's put the house or 9 grand, 10 grand.
Okay.
We'll put 10 G's.
Are we talking about just the release date, or if it's coming
yeah,
at all?
on the release, it coming out on the release date.
Put your phone anywhere else, bro. Jesus
The
Christ.
stupid chair, man.
Put it in your pocket, bro, or on your lap.
I think that the release date's gonna be real.
I don't think it's going to come out then. I think it's going to be called something completely different when it does come out. Like, Donda 2, he's never had a sequel to an album. Like, I don't really want a Donda 2. I want something new. I don't want, like...
I don't want a Donda 2.
Yes, I just, I don't know. Like, I don't like the idea of him just doing a second... Because it might be completely different. It might be unhinged Kanye. It might be him fucking sacrilegious again.
This is
and shit.
bipolar
Like,
Kanye we're getting.
yeah, but, like, just calling it Donda 2... I don't really like that idea. I don't know.
Because then it's gonna have to be 26 tracks long.
Well, then I'm just gonna compare it. I'm just gonna compare it, and like I don't know if that's gonna
the twos of
a good
every
thing.
track.
And I get it. He's
That
putting
was
it
already on Donda 1.
Yeah, he's putting it on 222. He's putting on February fucking 2022, like a Donda 2. I get it. I don't think it's gonna come.
The album's going to
I'm
come
pu-
out.
because
putting-
it's too sudden, or just because we've been through this too many times with
Both.
Kanye.
Both.
The album-
It's too soon, and
the album's going to come out April 24th, 2027. I'm putting my house on this.
I could see Kanye coming out with something this year.
We all put our own houses. None of us have houses, but we all put
my
them.
future house on this.
My future NFT house that I will buy. My prediction is it's not coming.
I'm putting my metaverse property on this.
Yeah. But
I think
we'll see.
Mark it
will
down
see.
right now. It will come out on February 22.
You're a naive Kanye stan again, man. Come on, you gotta see the patterns, bro. You've been through it. You know better.
Hey, look, I just saw a video from him saying he's not going to look at his phone.
We've heard this though.
Until
We've
it
heard
drops.
it. Something's
Okay.
gonna happen to him, and then he's
as long
gonna.
as he doesn't go to Uganda this time, I think we'll be good.
Something's gonna happen with his family.
Remember
or
that
something,
when
and
he
then-
went to Uganda, just
Yeah.
kind of messed around for a couple days, then he was like, "Wait a second, this is
Yeah,
not
changed the
gonna
whole
work
fucking
at all."
album. Yeah, I think something's gonna happen, and yeah.
It is
I
gonna
don't
come
see
out
it.
on the date, but it's gonna be called Yandi instead.
Yanni's finally gonna come out. Damn.
Um,
Yeah, I don't put much.
No, but honestly, this
puts
Easy
headway
song
into
is
that.
great.
I heard it once.
I
It
like
didn't
it.
really stand out to me. Not a huge fan of the game. His verse was okay. Kanye's verse was okay. I don't know.
My life was never easy. It's catchy.
Joey Badass song, The Revenge. Joey Badass is back, and he said some things. The song, if we're talking about just the song, it's okay. As a Joey Badass fan, it's not really what I want to hear from him. I get that he's trying more of a popish direction. He's trying to, get a song to play on the fucking Super Bowl or some shit,
It sounded like a Lil Nas X song, kind of.
It sounds like Middle Child by J. Cole. In terms of the beat and the chorus, and I'm not a big fan of the Middle Child song. I mean, it's a good song, but it's not one of my favorite J. Cole songs. It's also not really what kind of style I want to hear J. Cole on either. I come to these guys for more of the rapidy rap, boom bap type of shit. Even though Joey Badass has had some poppier songs in the past, he co-wrote fucking Rockstar, for God's sake, by fucking Post Malone. So he's not a stranger to it, but it's just on his solo stuff, that's not really what I want to hear. It's one song, it might not even be on the album, so I could just be rushing into things, but
I've never listened to a full Joey Badass project, so I'm gonna be coming into this new thing with no expectations, and I might end up liking it way more than you, which is but that's a pattern on this podcast. Something you're
Just look at the
into.
year-end list from last
Yeah.
year.
Yeah, it's like It's a good song. It's
Yeah,
on
it's
some
serviceable.
success win
He's
mindset.
rapping, like, his flow's good. He has some
The
bars.
video is like on some John Wick type shit.
Yeah, his video production is good. I mean, he's an actor now, so it makes sense.
That's the example of a forgettable music video to me.
The
it's like good, but it's kind of like
yeah, it is just kind of a rap video.
I've seen it a million times.
But there isn't like just big booty bitches running around. So
I mean, there are.
I didn't really catch that.
But yeah, what was your joke you wanted to get off?
Well, there's some. We already kind of got a lot of them off.
There is a sex scene in the
video, and I'm like, I wonder if he's retaining his semen in this scene.
Yeah,
for sure.
How is this semen retention thing going to factor into the album?
If the album isn't 10 out of 10, I'll be pissed because I'll be like, you could have came once, Joey, and then you could have had some headspace here and come up with a better project. I'm gonna just blame it on that simply. And also he's a doofus. He kind of just says dumb shit. He looked at a fucking solar eclipse with no fucking sunglasses or the special sunglasses or whatever. He's anti-vax. He said some. He's kind of a doofus. He's kind of like one of those like third eye guys that like his third eye is open. He took shrooms one time and now he fucking sees everything.
You remember that? You remember the song with, on the XXXTentacion album where at the beginning he's like, "I'm gonna catch all the diseases in the world, so there's no more diseases to be caught."
I think that shit's funny though. That's like it's stupid, but it's funny. Like, but this other shit is just kind of like, oh, okay, kind of fucking weird.
Predictions on the types of anti-science bars that are going to be on this new album.
Yeah, there's going to be some, I presume.
No Nut November.
Yeah.
No nut ever.
Sound off in the comments below if you guys have been retaining your semen.
I'm going to be retaining my semen until the album comes out.
When was the last time you nut?
That's my,
Let us know in the comments down below.
That's my provocative for this album.
And what did you nut to? Let us know in the comments down below.
And please post a JPEG of
okay,
so we can turn it into an NFT.
Fucking NFT cum shots is crazy. Alright, we're moving on. We can't. We're like 2 hours in here.
Let's keep going for the next 15 minutes on this making cum jokes.
I had sex once. It wasn't that great.
It was kind of mid.
Sex? Kind of mid.
It kind of fell off. I'm gonna say it. Pussy fell
ever since
off.
Ron Jeremy died, it's just hasn't been the same. I'm actually not sure if Ron Jeremy's dead or not.
I'm not sure at all.
I don't know anything.
Let's talk
anymore.
about ASAP motherfucking Raw motherfucking Key.
New song with the guy who started Bathing Ape, like the founder of that shit. Nigo or Nigo, I don't know how to pronounce it. I don't know if I should pronounce it as a white man. The song itself is fire.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
I'm really excited about this new ASAP.
It's
coming back. ASAP is bringing swag back to rap.
It's going to be on it's not on his album though. It's a Nigo is like he produced it.
Yeah.
Or Nigo or whatever. He produced it's going to be a produced album. I think like Tyler's on it, Pusha T's on it, like a bunch of artists. It's going to be might be kind of sick. But hopefully this is also
ASAP's
the start
return
out
in
of
general.
Yeah, because he's talking a lot about shit about kind of coming back and shit. And he's still rocking the testing stuff, which is like kind of cool. Like that he's still like repping an album that a lot of people didn't like, even though I loved it and I still do. Yeah, the song is fucking hard. It's a banger.
Sick piano loop.
Yeah, it kind of sounds like the fucking Call of Duty Zombies shit. I mean, it's been a while since I played that. I could be way off, but yeah, I've only heard it like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
So nothing really sticks out
This
so far.
song would have went off in 2013.
For sure. For sure.
Video's kind of...
The song just it bounces.
You just have a higher bar for videos.
Yeah,
videos.
absolutely. Because it's just jewelry and, like, cars and...
But that's cool, man. That stuff is cool.
It's cool. He wears Gucci and...
He has swag.
Oh, I didn't know he was the only rapper to wear Gucci.
I like that shot of where they're in the back of the...
He has way more swag than all these other rappers.
Yeah. I like the shot where they're in the back of the truck, the pickup truck, and there's like Louis Vuitton cover of it or whatever, and he's like, there's a bunch of people around him, and he's like lying down in the truck rapping. I like that shot. But yeah, Return of ASAP. Hopefully he's coming out soon as well. Rich Brian EP, I'll just say, it's pretty good. He's rapping on it. The one song with Warren Hugh, which I don't really like that guy, is another 88 Rising kind of rapper. I haven't really liked anything that I've heard of him. But they kind of like go back and forth trading bars and shit, and it's pretty solid. Like it's You know, I didn't love his last EP. And he could always like rap, but he's like really he's on one on this one. Like I don't know if I listened to it maybe once or twice, so I don't have too much to say lyrically wise. I didn't really catch too much, but he's definitely got the flow. That's what I will say. What did you think? Because you don't really listen to Rich Brian. I mean, you told me that you heard it.
Yeah, he does like the fast rap kind of style.
Mm-hmm. For a project like this where it's 4 songs, it works really well. I don't know if I could handle a whole project of it. The quality might kind of differ, but
the flows sound great. Although I don't catch as much of the lyrics.
Yeah, I couldn't catch much of the lyrics, but
I mean,
and he has some corny bars, rapper. But yeah, he's technically he's a good rapper.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. One of the songs is like on such a Tyler the Creator type beat.
Which one was that?
It's the first song.
Oh, this that kind of second half of that shit.
There's a whole Tyler the Creator, like it sounds totally like Tyler the Creator.
Yeah, that's a criticism with Rich Brian that I've had before.
He's a little bit derivative.
He wears his influences on his sleeve a lot. But that's not taken away from the fact that he's a good rapper, and I'm looking forward to his next thing. I like him as a singer too. So hopefully there's a little bit of a mix on his next project.
All right, wrapping things up real quick. I listened to the FKA Twigs album, Capri Sun.
I have no clue what this sounds like at all. So
it's fire. It's like on some real like girly like UK like glitchy kind of clubby shit, but like she has an amazing voice.
I've only really heard her.
Lyrics are kind of corny, but it's more about the
vibe.
I've heard good things about
appeal. Mm-hmm. The main songs that I really liked are Tears in the Club.
Is that the one with
the Weeknd?
Yeah. I think I heard
Tears
like a part of that song.
Cause your love's got me fucked up. It's just such a great song about getting really emotional and being like a vulnerable kind of girly little.
You're
I like
girly
how
phase,
girly.
aren't you? Yeah.
It's just fun, you know. Like the Weeknd has a verse from the perspective of like, yeah, I know you're in the club and all these emotions are coming on, and it's just let it all out and just start crying.
Did you cry to this album?
No, I never cry ever.
Have you ever cried to a piece of music ever?
No.
Really? I have a handful of times.
I have too.
Oh, maybe. Like I tear up, maybe, but
I don't think I've
suck the tear right back.
I don't know if I've bawled to it. Other than when Mac died, I don't think I've bawled to a song. Like actually bawled. I've teared up since then, but
I mean, I cry every single night when I sit alone.
Damn.
And, contemplate infinity.
Damn, that's the
impermanence turns to permanence with a 9.
Boom.
But the other song that I really liked off of it is Darjeeling, featuring Georgia Smith and Unknown T, yeah. And that's one of the more kind of hyper pop, almost... There's almost a drill feel to the beat. But it's on some UK...
Right on.
It's like a Charlie XCX type thing. Kind
of like that. And Georgia Smith comes in really strong. Yeah. I really like her part of the song as well. But, you know, it's a little bit out there. I listened to the whole album once, and then a couple of songs that kind of stuck out to me I've been listening to over and over again obsessively. So
okay. Nice. I might give that a shout.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Honestly, it's worth it just to try to expand.
For sure.
Your taste a little bit.
Yeah, I was going to listen to the whole Dawn FM, but after you said it's kind of mid, I'm going to not. Maybe I'll go back and listen to After Hours.
Did you ever listen to all of After Hours?
So maybe I'll do that instead.
Because After Hours had more hits per capita.
Yeah. But I just, sure they're hits and they're good songs, but, they just got so overplayed to me. Like Blinding Lights and shit. I can't really listen to it anymore, you know?
For me, Heartless was the bigger hit.
I suppose.
For me, on that album.
Yeah.
And Save Your Tears became a hit afterwards.
Right.
Anyways, we're really running out of steam now.
Yeah, we don't have to talk about the Babyface Ray Pusha T song. Listen to it once. We'll just say Pusha T's coming.
Yeah.
And he's coming for throats.
People are posting just video. Yeah, he put out a picture where it's like a Lana Del Rey.
Yeah, picture where it's covered in
it's just covered in coke over her face.
If that's the album cover, we're about to get album of the year. For sure. I'm willing to put money on that.
I don't know if
right
rappers
now.
have done that where... Because the last Pusha T cover was just a picture of Whitney Houston's bathroom that he paid $25,000 for.
Yeah.
So that was the whole point of it, is, you know, it's about a luxury, and, you know, they took all this money to get this thing that is like the result of cocaine.
Yeah. And
but now he's gonna go even further with that, like where
full white girl cocaine
literally
shit. Like, not even trying to hide it.
Even I don't know what the cover is gonna be, but it's gonna be crazy. Pusha T covers are always interesting.
And
he posted a thing of like his listening party to it, where you know
Kanye
Julia Fox and Ye were there, and
and from last I heard, Pusha T said the whole album was produced by Neptunes, which is Pharrell and Chad Hugo and Kanye. Like, that's they only have production on it. I don't know if that's still true, because Pusha T also posted a thing on Instagram of him signing something of he's off Good Music now. He's not a part of that anymore. I think he has his own thing he's doing. So who knows if Kanye's I mean, he's out of the listening parties, and he's been seen with him a lot recently, so maybe he's still on there, but we'll see how it actually shakes out. But that's probably coming sooner rather than later.
Made from Paris Fashion Week.
Yeah, for sure.
Tyler and Pharrell, it was there too, and Ye.
Yeah.
Exciting stuff. 2022 Rapcast.
Another long one, but hey, we here. We're here for you.
And we also stand with the freedom of the trucker.
Oh, okay, no.
Fuck those truckers, man.
Please don't call the cops. Coming soon, maybe.
Please don't get the vaccine. No.
I ain't got nothing but these tunes that I make. I ain't got nothing but these pictures that I take that get no views. Boo-hoo.
Waking up late on my day off, waiting for this shit to pay off.